Mute. You want me to mute this, right?
Sure.
Okay. Yay. You can hear the awful, raspy, cold voice. I opened up a tiny can of Coca-Cola so that I could stop coughing at any point. Today we make a PB&J and pulls out skillet and whisk. Yep. Thank you. I love my kitchen too. I worked very hard on planning this kitchen. Very hard on planning this kitchen. And I really liked it. Actually, interesting tidbit. This was going to be a butcher block. The island was supposed to be a butcher block, and it was going to be red. And it didn't end up that way. The builder was really, really nervous because he'd never made one before. And I ended up getting this for basically free. So we went with this one. And I actually really like this because the gray in it, it's black, which is kind of nice because it sets it off from the quartz, this granite top. And it's got gray and blue in it, which matches our walls and our floors. And so it turned out really well. But this was originally supposed to be like red stained butcher block. And the back tiles were supposed to be different too. But once I ended up with this, we changed the backsplash. What color is the island cabinets? They're white. They're white too. The bottom of the island's white. What is that? Did you put the gamer alert on? Awkward. How it's made with your host, Kari, right? It's an induction cooktop. That is induction. I would not have electric coils in my house. I did that in college. I will never go back to that ever again. It is the worst heating method in the world. I would rather open flame than going back to the electric coils. I know everybody loves open flame, but I like induction. I like induction. I'm just gonna lay it there. Garage door cam, I know, right? It's just like pointed right at it. Oh my God, Rick Howard, it wouldn't go very well, and it would go south very quickly. Don't try that at home. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna just start. I can't really see. I'm gonna pop out chat. Let's see. Maybe. Guys, I don't even know how to do this. See, on my phone, it's easier to do this, guys. I only watch on my phone. I'm gonna just leave it. Forget it. The only thing I know how to do is to go to theater mode on the video. Okay, I have the video up in the living room. So all I need is chat in the kitchen. I'm gonna just turn the TV on. I've got it on mute. So if you could just fix it so that just chat is up. I'm gonna get started. I don't wanna wait anymore. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm just doing the bad mics.
I know. I just wanted you to know. Huh? TV's out. Oh well. Our laptop for the TV in the living room. So like every laptop is dying today. The laptop that works with the TV, the monitor, whatever that we have in in the living room has been on the fritz for a very long time, and it stopped charging recently. So you have to kind of jimmy the plug that plugs into it to make sure that it keeps charging, because it'll just run out of battery and then shut off, and then we have nothing connected to the TV or the monitor in the living room. So I think it's out again. So I can't actually see you guys there. I have you here, but that makes chat really small. So I'm just gonna keep going from side to side and try my best to keep up with you guys. Oh God, did he turn this? Why is scroll backwards? He changed my scroll. Let's change this so that it makes sense. Yep, there we go. That's better. Okay. Yeah, we're doing it live. That's exactly what this is. My stove is interesting. Yeah, these are drawers because it's just a cooktop. Usually people have the oven here, but I have a double oven here. So all I needed was the cooktop. And then I actually have storage drawers, so my pots and pans are here. And then I have like mixing bowls and stuff like that down here. I wish I had a better way to organize my kitchen. I started off with a plan, and then as I added things and started putting things away, I realized quickly that I have a whole bunch of things that are multi-purpose, and so there's just stuff everywhere, and you just kind of just have to know where it is. Okay, so today I'm going to do 4 different kinds of grilled cheese sandwiches. So the first thing we're going to do, because one of these I'm actually going to bake the bread today, which is why I want to get started now, because I'm going to need to let it proof and then before I can bake it, and so I want to have time to do that since we're starting late. But I'm going to make spicy garlic bread. I am slightly allergic to garlic, so instead of chopping the garlic up and actually incorporating it into the bread, I'm going to just use it to infuse the olive oil, or not the olive oil, the butter that's going to be going into the loaf, and I'm going to take those pieces out and toss them. It tastes way better with the actual garlic in it. I just can't do that because it would be a problem. So when you guys get to the garlic portion of it, just go ahead and mince that down real nice. You're going to cook it up in the butter, and then you're just going to leave it in there. I will not be doing that. But I'm going to go ahead and make a spicy garlic bread that's going to be part of a Caprese grilled cheese sandwich. I'm going to do tomato, mozzarella, and then basil. I'll probably add a little bit of balsamic just for funsies. And we're gonna go ahead and make that grilled cheese sandwich. I'm also gonna be doing a caramelized onion and Gruyere, basically a French onion soup sandwich, minus all of the liquid. I'm gonna add a little bit of sherry to finish off the onions to kind of give it that French onion soup flavor. We're gonna add a little bit of thyme, a little bit of rosemary into it to kind of add a little bit of that. I don't know what we would call that. A little bit of herbs in there as well with the cheese and the onions. And then I'm gonna that's gonna be on rye, which is here. I'm gonna let's do this one. I'm gonna do a spinach and artichoke dip grilled cheese sandwich, which is basically Gouda with spinach and artichoke, a little bit of paprika, some cumin. I, again, would add garlic powder to that recipe, but I don't. You should. And then I have some honey wheat bread here, which is just honey wheat loaf from the store, like anything from the bread aisle. It's not even from a bakery or anything like that. And I'm going to use this with some goat cheese, a little bit of mozzarella just for some melty in there. And then I'm going to be doing a strawberry and beet kind of puree with some arugula and some sliced nectarines. So those are what we're doing today. But we're gonna start on our bread first. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go through the recipe. The fun thing about this stream is that I do not prepare anything ahead of time. So all of the measuring, all of the chopping, all of that kind of gets put in here. I kind of like the idea that if somebody wants to join in, unfortunately you don't have a recipe. I really don't. I only have one recipe for this whole thing. I'm just gonna kind of fly from the seat of my pants. But I kind of feel like if anybody wants to join in or at least watch me do things and kind of get their head around it, there's time to do that. I'm not just like saying, oh, and then this, oh, and then this. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I am going to melt an entire stick of butter into this small pan here. We're gonna add in some chili flakes, red chili flakes. I've got some chives from my garden. I actually have onion chives and garlic chives. The garlic chives basically because I can't eat real garlic, and so I kind of have to find ways to find that flavor in other things. And then I actually have some thyme in the refrigerator, which I'm gonna grab now, and all of that's gonna go in with the butter. Just the strawberry and beets puree. I'm kind of interested to see how the strawberry and beets are going to work out in a grilled cheese sandwich, because I actually make it on a pizza. So the same way that we did our Indian pizzas, I do kind of a flatbread style with the with the goat cheese, the arugula, and the beet and strawberry puree. So it kind of bakes in there, it roasts a little bit. I think it would probably be really good if I actually roasted the fruit before I pureed it. It's kind of something I've been thinking about, and we really do have time for it, so I may or may not just roast those before I puree them down. I think it'll be an even better flavor, and it'll obviously dehydrate them a little bit, so when I do puree them, it'll be thicker. Something else I was thinking is that if I pureed them, I should stick them on the stove top and kind of cook them down just a little bit to thicken it up. But I think the roasting actually might be a better idea, so we might just do that. Like I said, this is all just fun and games. There's no recipe to any of this today, except for the bread. The bread does have a recipe. Okay, so let's see. I need to have a tablespoon of chopped fresh chives, which I will have more than that, and I'm okay with that. A tablespoon of chopped fresh thyme, a half teaspoon of red chili flakes, and then 3 cloves of fresh garlic sliced. I will not be slicing, I will just be crushing, and then that's gonna go into the butter like I said before. Look at got that mid-drift going. Are the cabinets a green screen? No. Those are real cabinets. They're really there.
Oh, I forgot to turn off the green screen. Chroma key. Crap.
What?
I forgot to turn off the chroma key.
What's missing?
This is not a black towel. It's a green towel. Yay.
Oh. I guess I should have done this. Huh. I didn't even notice that. I guess I'm facing the camera, so I'm not going to notice that. Okay, let's do this. This is going to take a while, guys. Not lying. This is the time to ask questions. Ask me questions, peoples. What do we want to know? What do we want to talk about today? When I'm not actually doing anything is the time to ask questions. Have you made grilled cheese with mayo yet? No, I have not. I know that's supposed to be better. I'm just not a fan of mayonnaise. I have it. I can try it. I can try it for one of them. I'll try it with the spinach and artichoke one. I think that's probably the best option for the mayo. That's probably smart. Sorry guys, I'm planning happy hour, or they're planning happy hour.
All right. Sucks not having 2 of everything. What else do you need?
I don't know. You want to help me with this? Who's the strange man in my house? What does he want? He wanted to make guacamole. He can't. There are no avocados today. They're all gone. We ate the last one yesterday. I made burrito bowls for dinner, and we ate the last one. Yeah, he can be my sous chef. Everybody asks that. Is that... Oh, okay, no. Okay. He is 6'2", and I am 5'3", and that is why there is such a height difference. And that poor camera is getting me, and I'm so short that he has to put it like down here, and then he's like completely cut off. He is very tall, but he's not like, you know, Andre the Giant tall or anything, guys. I'm also short. Lep is 5'14". That is what he said. That's right. Let Lep cook up some cereal. He's almost eaten an entire box of Reese's Puffs in 2 days. I like grabbed it out of the pantry today because Luke said he wanted some for breakfast, and it was like gone. I'm like, there's nothing in here. He was thoroughly enjoying it, I guess. There you go. What percentage of cooking does Lep do? Like on a regular basis or during the streams? Because it's probably about the same for both.
15, 20?
Yeah, like I'd say 15 or 20%. That's a good one.
You can't find the extension cord.
The white extension cord that's right there on the table?
I remember putting it there.
I need a zoom at this point. Chat's awesome. I'm just gonna throw that out there. You guys are awesome. Thank you for coming with me on that one. Mortons or diamond salt? I have diamond salt. It's the least salty of the salts. And so if you, by accident, drop too much in there, it's not going to kill your food. And that is why I use diamond. I think the flake is much easier to break apart, so the flavor disperses well. And Morton is just a little too coarse for me. It's a little too big of a crystal. I don't care what Chuck says about you. Dude, really? I'm sure it's all nice. Most of the time. I would 100% assume Lep is a CCTV technician based on his knowledge of the house and the chemistry with Kari. I don't get that. What does that mean?
CCTV, closed caption television.
Well, I know what that is. I don't know what the rest of the comment means.
I mean, I'm not talking.
I have Costco.
No chemistry, because I'm not even talking to you.
Oh, okay. I have Costco pink Himalayan salt, but I use it for body scrubs. Sorry, guys. Cooking stream with Dado when? Dude, Dado was like the inspiration, man. I was like watching him cook and I was like, oh no, stop. I need to be there.
Interesting inspiration.
Yeah, and it was so fun for us to watch. There was like a couple of us, and we'd all, like from math class, and we'd all get on there and we just trash him because he'd like, that poor man. He actually, like the recipes that he chose were really good. Like he's got really good taste. He just was like cross-contaminating all the time and like doing things that we were like, oh, that was a mistake. And so it was really just fun to watch him. Sometimes it's fun to watch people who aren't the best. And you know what? It's really nice.
Roasted.
What? Well, it's really nice because it's like, here's the thing, is the hardest thing to do when learning to cook is just to get in the kitchen and do it. People are so terrified about messing up that they don't even try. And so it's really fun to see somebody who is totally cool being like self-deprecating and just like getting in there and trying it. It's like really the best experience. And that's why it's so enjoyable to watch him. Like, yeah, you guys are all in here and like, you know, I can make fun of him.
Mega lol contaminated.
And like, but like I can, you know, like answer questions or talk to chat or do any of that kind of stuff. And sure, maybe I might make some interesting things. And like the conversation is just slightly different, but it's not the same. It's not as I don't think it's personally as enjoyable as getting in there with somebody who may not know what they're doing as well, and kind of watching them experiencing things for the first time the same as you. So it's just a different experience, I suppose.
We all watch Chuck play Fortnite. We're used to seeing people be bad at things.
Oh no, that's not nice. Okay, I think I've probably got enough here.
Can you demonstrate the proper way to chop a vegetable without fear of losing a finger?
Yes, I can.
And I can show you the fearful way.
Actually, I don't chop vegetables the way that I should, but it's okay. Okay, so we've got this here. I'm gonna go ahead and just put these in this bowl for now. Actually, this is what I should do right now. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and get some hot water running. You're gonna hear this, and I'm kind of sorry, but I got to do what I got to do. You're gonna want water to be about somewhere between 100 and 110 degrees. You're gonna want warm water. You've got active dry yeast, and then you're gonna want like a little bit of sugar, just a pinch. It doesn't like a quarter teaspoon or less. Nothing crazy. It's really a pinch is supposed to be 1/8 of a teaspoon. Yeah, I know. But you're just gonna want a little bit of sugar to help get that yeast going. But your water you want between 100 and 110. If it's less than 100, it's not gonna work. If it's more than 100, it's also not gonna work because it's gonna kill the yeast. And so you won't get any of the carbon dioxide going, and it won't bloom. So I'm gonna get that water relatively warm. You need an Italian wife ASAP. Why weren't you weren't allowed in the kitchen because like your mom was always in the kitchen, Shimmy? So I guess this is how you're technically supposed to chop things, with your fingers kind of curled in so that you hit a knuckle and you don't actually go in. I don't do that. I kind of do this, which is dangerous because you totally chop into your fingers, and I guess like the more comfortable you are with it, the less you start worrying about your fingers. But what? Yeah, I totally do that too. And I mean, like I've made this bread, I don't even know how many times now. Overcook or undercook things and mess things up when I'm experimenting. Absolutely, but that's part of it. I mean, as part of it is it's like, you know what? Like you make it and you're like, this is good, but it would have been so much better if I would have done whatever. And like when you're putting something together, like I was just saying that, I don't know if you were in here earlier, Chuck scrolled down. I know. Oh, okay. Reptar. I like that. That's nice. Thank you for that. If it is a Rugrats something, then I'm going to go ahead and hold on to that. But I was going to do a strawberry and beet puree for one of the grilled cheese sandwiches, and it kind of got me thinking about how wet it was going to be. And so I kind of last minute decided I was going to roast them first. So I'll chop them and throw them in the oven and roast them for a little bit to kind of get a little bit of the excess moisture out. And that's just, I mean, there's no recipe for any of this, but it's fun to kind of get in and experiment with flavors and textures and kind of all that kind of stuff, and really having to sit and think about a recipe when you're making it to kind of bring it together. And it might mess up, but you know what? It's part of the fun. So let's see. Oh, that's good. Okay, so that's a good temperature. And I need a cup of water. I am actually going to fill this bowl up and get it warm. And then dump it out and add the actual amount of water in, because the second I put water in this, it's a cold bowl, it's room temperature, and it's going to bring the temperature of that water down really fast. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and let that heat up, and then I'm going to grab my cup. Rugrats for life. It is my whole childhood, man. That was, yeah, for sure. You can probably hear that water, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to like stand away from the sink so you don't get as much of it. Okay. I'm gonna do a cup of water. I am actually going to double check that it's not too hot. I don't think it is. It doesn't feel like it's too hot, but we're gonna see where it is. It's actually not hot enough. Go figure. Okay. We'll try again. We'll let that heat up a little bit more. What I really should do is just put it on the stove top. Okay. I'm going to chop this. It's the sounds of a kitchen. Yeah. Is Kari using the bathroom on stream? Wouldn't you like to know? Okay. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to chop up these chives. Like I said earlier, I have onion chives and garlic chives here. They're both from my garden. I like to grow herbs. I use them all the time. The only problem for me, what I really should start doing is like there are some herbs that just die outside, particularly things like cilantro, parsley. They're just not great, especially in the summer because it's literally 100 degrees here and the sun just bakes everything. My red peppers, I have red peppers outside, they're literally getting cooked on the vine. Like they're sauteing out in the heat. I need to put a canopy or something over my garden. It's awful. But I'm gonna go ahead and oh gosh, I wanted to do a garden in the house with those kinds of plants because like my cilantro already went to seed, which is fine because I took all the seeds off so that I have coriander. But like that should be better. Okay, but I need to do some kind of an inside garden. I'm just like, I don't know how to keep that going. She's using words I've never heard. Oh no! What haven't you heard? It is hard to grow herbs in the heat. What word haven't you heard, Bill on a bike? This is elephant garlic, by the way. This is not regular garlic. Elephant garlic is a much milder garlic than what you would typically find in the store. It's also called elephant garlic because that is a single clove and it is ginormous. I don't know if you can tell. I don't have something to put up against it so that you can see the difference. But typically a clove of garlic is like that big. Mild garlic, I'm out. I know, well, because I can't really eat it. I'm like, I really shouldn't be doing this in the first place. Coriander is also what cilantro is. Yeah, well, they're the same thing. So, yeah, they're the same thing. So cilantro is just the leaf, and then when it goes to seed, the seeds are the spice coriander. So that's just all that is. So I'm actually going, it's supposed to be 3 cloves of garlic. That's probably about 3 cloves right there. But I'm gonna go ahead and just smash this whole thing up. And this is gonna sit in my oil. That's garbage. Toss this. And I did say oil, but I really meant butter. It's going in with this whole stick of butter. Okay. I'm gonna check the temperature on this water again. Jeez, it's even lower. Okay, guys, we are going to the stovetop because I really would like to have something the correct temperature today. And that's probably causing interference with the mic, so I apologize in advance for that. I'm gonna take this up to 120 and then pour it and let it come down. Hey, it's already there, what do you know? Problem is it's there for the bottom. Okay.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Let's try this one last time. What's up, baby?
I think the induction stovetop only really affects the mic when it's like power boil.
Okay, well, yeah, I turned it down. I had turned it on and then I turned it down pretty quickly.
Mic audio sounds really good today, though.
What sounds good?
Mic audio.
Oh, who are we being rated by? Shoot.
Not a raid.
That's not a raid, it's just people having fun. Too much hype. What's going on? Oh, they've subscribed for 6 months. Bull on a bike. Thank you for the 6-month subscription. It's for Kari. Don't tell Charles. I won't tell if you don't. Okay. No, it's still too hot. Fun. Okay, so we're gonna wait for this just a little bit longer now that it's too hot. I'm gonna put the butter into my pan and get it melting. Oh, are you pulling out the stuff that I need?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm not expected to stay this hot as long. Oh, okay. It's pretty hot. I can't read. You're something. Mixie, I can't. I just see that your name is there. I see an M that's yellow and that's all I got. Oh my goodness, that's what happens when you boil things on the stovetop. We're gonna wait for that to cool down before I can add the yeast or it's not gonna do anything. So, we're like half melted there. I'm gonna do a half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. I really wanna do a tablespoon because they're so delicious. It's actually really fun to make this bread because it's a really, really easy bread. And once you start putting all the herbs in there, they actually give a little bit of color. You can see it like streaked throughout the bread and it's kind of fun. It's not a lot of color, but it's enough that it's pretty cool. At least for me. Okay. I guess I can start doing the bread flour. I'm gonna do this with half cups because my cup is wet and it's just not gonna work. Okay, so, ooh. I said this I think every stream that I've done so far, I've said this, and I'm gonna continue to say this. This is gonna be very dangerous and messy because it really should be in a container, and it's not. I don't have a container for it. When you're
Testing.
what?
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Okay, we're good. Continue.
Okay,
Can you
cool.
do that?
Yes,
We chat good?
yes.
Dude, we're doing this live, okay? You know what time it is now, babe?
What time
It's
is
time to
it?
get over there and get that bread flour out, and it's time for me to get a vodka cranberry.
Is that what you're gonna drink? Oh, that's so close to perfect. We're a couple
Brand
degrees off.
vodka, by the way,
Okay,
unopened.
you're right, I'm talking.
You're not brought to you by Kirkland yet.
Okay, anyway.
Oh, it has been opened.
Can you see me here? I guess you can kind of see me. What you're supposed to do when you're measuring is you're supposed to pour into. So you're gonna scoop flour, pour it into the container. Oops. I hear you, and I'm turning you down. You're gonna scoop from here, pour it into whatever scoop you're measuring into, and then that is what you're going to level out. You do not just scoop directly into the bag and then level it out. You're gonna compress all of that flour. It's not gonna measure correctly. Anytime you're baking, this is how you measure flour. Do not just scoop directly into the bag. It will never come out right. That was 3. Guys, please keep me honest here. I need 8 of these, and I lose count usually at 4 and have to restart. This one is 4. I have very little attention span for this stuff. Okay, 4. You don't know how many times I've had to sit and been like, what scoop was I on? Was that 5 or 6? Crap, I don't remember.
What drink am I on?
That's 5. Just don't start saying random numbers, okay?
Random numbers, random numbers,
You're
random numbers,
funny.
random numbers, random
So
numbers.
funny. 6. Are they counting with me? I can't see from here.
Quick spinning random numbers.
7. One more. And then that water should be perfect. Should really be using a knife for this, but good enough. Okay.
Why are you so short?
8. Do you want me to put heels on? Is that better?
No, because I'm trying to get a high angle on the camera so it shoots down and so you can see more what you're working on. Last time we had a
perfect.
low camera angle so you couldn't see what you were working on. Now we have a better angle. Mm-hmm. But you're so freaking short. I guess we can zoom out.
You can zoom out, that's fine. Okay, you need 2 1/4 teaspoons of dry yeast. If you have just the packets, it's just 1 packet, I believe. I think so. I think that's what a packet is. So I've got 1, 2 1/4. Thanks, babe. I'm gonna give that just a little bit of agitation to get the sugar in them kind of friendly. And then we're gonna leave that on the counter to sit for about 10-15 minutes. I've got 4 cups of flour. And then I also have my butter here on the back. I've got all of my herbs and my spices measured here. I've got my garlic here, and this is all gonna go into that pot. What? What's up?
They were roasting me about how I made my vodka cranberry.
Why?
Because I made it like a cranberry vodka.
The cranberry first and the vodka after?
Yeah, it was because I was over there first and I came back over here. It was a logistics thing. Chat, would this stream be improved or not improved if we had a second lapel mic for me? Should we pull the trigger on the $700 purchase? She's actively trying not to cough.
No, I'm not. I'm good.
100% not improved. Not improved. Be quiet, Lep. Not improved.
Here, this is your job. Have fun. Okay. Woo.
Production is overstepping.
Yeah.
I can hear you fine. True.
Okay. I'll grab a whisk real quick. We're gonna do not a metal on metal whisk because there were complaints last time.
The time before last. You know, that's one interesting thing about the stream is it's relatively quiet in here. If this was
Right.
a loud area, we would actually need to turn the gain down on your mic, and you wouldn't be able to hear me, and then I would need a separate mic in order for me to be heard at all.
So you still are arguing for a separate mic, is that what you're saying? Maybe.
Definitely maybe.
Definitely
and
maybe.
next to our mixer, we could actually bring the shotgun mic and get some close-up ASMRs.
Of grilled cheese cooking.
Oh yeah, the sound of grilled cheese.
We can do that for the stream that we do a sous vide steak and then sear it. Steak searing is like one of the best noises ever. I'm sure those S's were wonderful in your ears, guys.
I love that from you, Jimmy. Master Beats. You're on Master Beats. They gave you like $10,000 on your birthday. Instead of a boom mic and a visor, you need to look like an offensive coordinator. Reverse sear that meat. Mukbang? What's a mukbang?
Okay.
We need to install Better Twitch TV on this computer, please.
Okay,
Are
I
you
need 2
using
teaspoons of
Chrome
salt.
on this?
Yes, I did. That was the first thing, the only thing that I downloaded to make sure that I had it. I hate Safari.
Biceps are facing the camera.
Okay. You need 2 teaspoons of salt. It's going in with the flour. I really don't know why I'm doing this. I should have measured it into the bowl because it's actually going to mix right in the KitchenAid mixer. How do you want me to do this?
Do what?
I guess I can put this here.
I think this is exploding. I think I've done enough.
Okay. Oh my God, it's so full. Okay. Where do you want me to put the KitchenAid mixer to mix this up?
Right here.
Oh, this smells so good, guys.
Just unplug the...
I just want to dip bread in that. Can we just dip bread in that and call it a day and not actually stream the rest of this?
No. You cannot do that.
Okay. I wish you guys could smell this kitchen right now.
Guapo, I can't.
Where am I putting the KitchenAid mixer?
Just right here.
Right here? Okay. Notice I keep branding. Here, hold on.
It's locked.
It's not locked. Now it's locked. Go ahead.
You need a whisk. Or are you making bread?
I'm doing bread. I need a dough hook. Did you even know that?
I didn't even look at it.
Okay. So loud.
Not loud at all.
Not loud at all?
Nope.
Are you sure? I think you're lying
It's
to
always
me.
funny how in like real life you have like a natural compression with your ears, so nothing sounds very loud. But if you're
Right.
listening to something really loud come through the TV, you're like, oh my God, that's so loud.
Right.
But like there, it didn't sound like that loud, but I knew it'd be loud on the mic.
I don't know why I did it in a bowl. I should have done it into this. And instead I did it into this. Well, that's okay. Okay.
Sounds fine, but no one cares. I care about production value.
This isn't blooming
mixing.
as much as I want it to. Okay. We'll see how that goes. This might not be a very risen loaf. That's okay though. If it's not super light, I really don't care. I just want the flavor, to be honest. Okay. It says 2 large pinches. I think we're gonna have way more than that.
I'm gonna put something under it.
Nah, we good. Okay. 1 large pinch, 2 large pinches. Okay, and I've got enough for the next 4 meals that I make. That was black pepper, guys. So we've got salt, black pepper, and flour in here. And then I'm going to add in my yeast mixture. I'm gonna add in this butter mixture with all of my herbs and stuff. I am, like I said, going to take out the garlic because I cannot have garlic. So that'll be out in just a little bit. What are you trying to do?
A minor adjustment. It's doing a massive adjustment. I need like
Okay.
a little.
Guys, I think this yeast is dead. It's so sad.
Wait, what's it supposed to be doing?
It's supposed to be big and puffy on top, which I have none of.
So what's the issue?
The issue is the yeast is old.
The yeast died?
Yeah, but it was never open, so I was hoping it would be okay. I don't think it
What
mattered.
do we need to do?
Nothing, we're just gonna eat bread that's really dense. It'll still taste okay. It's not gonna rise as much as I want it to.
So not fluffy?
Yeah.
It'll be like laminate bread?
Yeah, yeast has a life. It died. It never had a chance.
Hey, this is my streaming career.
Oh, baby. Gotta run to the store. Run, Forrest, run. Nah. Okay, I guess I'm gonna let this sit for just a little bit longer.
So many F's in chat for these.
Turning this one off. I'm gonna take this garlic out. I'm gonna start chopping up my onions for the.
Get that extra off the street, out of the shop, please.
What?
I'm the extra off the street.
Oh, extra. Okay, an extra, like a movie extra. Guys, I'm so bad at that.
You're so bad thinking
At
about the
following.
overhead view cam.
Oh, I am. You're right. I'm just taking the garlic out, guys. Just trying to get it a little out of there. Garlic is coming out of the pot.
Oh, that smells really good.
I know, right? So excited. I hear that, Billy babe. You hungry?
Why is the cameraman on camera?
I'm hungry too.
Fine. Where am I supposed to drink my drink at?
Okay. Gonna wait to put this in. Okay. Let's chop up an onion, guys. I'm not going to dice this. I'm gonna make slices. Nobody's gotten to see me dice an onion yet, and how painful it is. Where'd my onion go? I'm gonna go ahead and just make slices on this, and I'm only gonna cook one onion. Typically, if I would do this, I would make like so much more than I needed. But since we're just doing like, one, maybe two of these, I'm just gonna cut up one onion. Because this is all gonna get caramelized down really nicely for our French onion grilled cheese sandwiches. We're waiting on the dice like it's guacamole. Okay, I hate onions. They're so tasty, but I hate this part. There has to be a better way. Reptar, help me out here. Is there a better way as a trained executive chef? Is there a better way to get this damn skin off onions?
Yeah, get good.
Water, put it underneath the faucet and use water. That's how I get my cabbage leaves apart after they're cooked. Use a faucet. And my eyes are starting to water because this is taking too long.
I just give up on the top layer and throw it away. Those rules.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I should be doing right now.
I heard that freezing onions kills the chemical that makes you cry.
No, it doesn't.
Pan is wrong.
But it does slow down. Okay. Yeah, kind of, because it's frozen. So basically, what makes your eyes cry? It's sulfur.
Tears.
It's from when you're cutting an onion. It's sulfur, and it's actually every time you cut a cell in the onion. So all of this liquid here, they're broken cells, and they excrete sulfur into the air, and then that messes with your eyes. If it's frozen, it slows that, but it does not kill it. Once it starts warming up, then it'll just happen again. And then also, if you put your onions, same as tomatoes, in the refrigerator, they kind of lose their flavor. And so I would really rather you never put any onion or tomato into the refrigerator for any reason, or freezer thereof. Please don't. Don't do it. Just deal with the tears. You can do it. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Oh. There we go. It can't get any worse. Vodka first, the pressure got to him. Just gotta get good. Okay, guys. So, yeah, I'm not gonna even bother. We're just gonna slice this like this. And I need to be taller. Okay. Like I said, again, I don't usually cut things the way that I should. But it is what it is.
Also helps to use a really sharp knife to cut the onions because
Yes.
it can damage
the cells as much. Yes. So you're slicing right through them. You're not crushing them and then slicing. So like this knife is actually a really not a great knife because this really isn't my sharpest knife that I have.
I was gonna say
the other knife is the sharper knife. What?
I thought it was totally placebo, but I was gonna say using our good knife.
Yeah.
I don't tear up as much as when I use that knife.
It's not
When I make
placebo. It's
my
science.
famous 30-minute guacamole in 2 hours.
It's science, babe. I feel like I have no leverage because I'm so short when I chop things. Like they get too tall. I don't know how it's supposed to work.
Some people say that wiping your knife with a lemon or lemon juice before cutting onions.
That's actually a pretty good thought that the acid might denature some of that. That's actually a really good thought. I will try that.
This stream is not brought to us by Coca-Cola, by the way.
No, it is not.
Brought to us by Kirkland.
Oh God, every time. Okay.
Japanese or German steel, says Monarch.
Whew. Oh, that's hard. Okay.
No, he's asking about your good knife.
Oh, my good knife is Japanese.
Let's show Monarch. He'll
But
appreciate this.
okay, so I have a Miyabi chef knife. I like chef knives a lot. I usually get like a petite size because I am a small person. And I'm kind of sad about this because the grip is actually too large for me. So I can't use this for a lot of prep. I can only.
That lighting is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Nice, that's some really good lighting. That looks great.
But it depends because I like the Japanese steel if I'm gonna be like slicing things. And like for kind of like everyday kind of things, but if I'm gonna be cutting something that's kind of heavy duty, if I don't have any Wusthof knives, but if I did, I would, that or I think, oh gosh, what was it called? I was looking at a G2 knife, and those are pretty cool too, but I think I would like to have a Wusthof blade. I don't have a good boning knife. If I was gonna get like a boning knife, or I also don't have a cleaver or a butcher's knife. So if I was gonna get those, I'd probably get German steel. I feel like even though I know that Japanese steel and it like it's really about like how many times the steel gets folded. It's about the density of the steel, and I know. Ooh, that looks way better. I know it's really about the density of the steel when it comes to that kind of stuff, but and they're just so pretty. They feel like they're fragile to me, and I would really rather a German blade if I was going to do something heavy duty. And it's probably all misperception, but you know, that's I guess how it is. Just buy boneless. I have like a really crappy boning knife that I use, and it does the trick. It's just one of those little like plastic white handles you can't even see because Chuck's like whatever. But it's got like just those little like plasticky white handles. It's like a Costco knife or something like that. I literally use this to carve my turkey. No, I don't. That's a lie. This is my carving knife. This is a carving knife. I use that to carve my turkey. But I literally use this to like take chickens apart when I make my chicken stock. And sometimes it's just sad. It's just sad. One day I will have nicer knives. We're doing a little at a time, little bit at a time.
What do you want? New knives or new mic equipment?
I guess mic equipment. Were you not expecting that? And Kari insulting the sponsor on stream. There you go. German for hard cutting tasks, Japanese for delicate ingredients. Yeah, the Damascus clays are so pretty, right? I love that thing. It's definitely, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna add in our yeast mixture, and we're gonna add in our butter and our herb mixture, and we're gonna let this just spin on low. I probably should have left this on the other counter, to be honest, because it's gonna spin for about 10 minutes, and you guys are gonna get really annoyed by the noise pretty soon.
Why does it make that sound?
Because it's working hard, babe. Works hard for the money. Oops. If you sing that song, are we going to get copyrighted? Are we going to get in trouble? Okay, so I'm gonna let that spin for a little bit.
Tom,
What? What's up? Oh, sorry. Good.
Tom says, Chad, I have food watching the cooking stream this time, so I won't get as hungry.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna grab strawberries and beets. Oh shit. That's got water all over it. Okay. Ugh, we'll try to use everything that we've got. So here's our chance to get back in the good graces of Costco. I get my beets from Costco. You can get frozen beets in like a 4-pack, and they're already kind of pre-cooked. They are pretty mushy, but I'm using them for a puree, so I don't really care.
Ooh, wings and beer. Nice. Tom has wings and beer.
Nice.
Can you just picture the Dark Lord eating wings and beer?
That's not the direction I meant to go. I'm gonna move this back. Over here. I apologize. I'm stepping away a little bit. Oh wait, it's not on. That's silly. Okay. Okay. Guys, we need a plate. He's getting pissed. Okay.
Locked?
Yeah, it's locked. I think. I pushed it forward. Did it start coming back?
No, it wasn't locked.
Okay. Onions, that's what I was
I
doing.
think it was bucking.
Okay, I'm gonna put the onions here. It's trying to fly off the countertop.
Whoa!
Hold it down, babe.
Oh, it unlocks itself.
That's what I was saying as I locked it.
It unlocks itself.
Did you know you can get a Kirkland brand sparkling water at Costco? We did, actually. We should grab one right now. Okay. I am going to...
Costco making them sick beats.
You know what? I think I'm going to use the bottom to proof. Oh, actually, the bottom is too warm.
We need to take this forward.
I've turned the proofing on. What? To the oven, but I actually turned it off. It's warmer than I like it to be. I want the oven to be slightly warm for letting this bread proof. But
Sparkling yeast water.
but I don't know why. I feel like if it's in there for too long, or not too long, if it's in there at too high of a proofing temperature, that it just doesn't seem to, like nothing seems to rise the way that I want it to. I just need this little guy. So I'm actually gonna I'm gonna cook, I think, in the bottom today. Okay, so like I had kind of said previously, I'm gonna chop up some of these beets. I'm gonna chop up some of these strawberries. I'm gonna roast them to get a little bit of the liquid out of them, and then I am going and get a little bit of flavor going there, and then I'm going to puree them. Okay, I feel like maybe this isn't. Jesus Christ. We're just gonna. This is a little crazy. I have had this thing for a really long time. Yeah, it's not even really that hot. It's not hot at all.
Oh, where's our masking tape?
Our masking tape?
Duct tape.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I can't read, guys.
I can hold it.
I'm
Put
too
it back
far
over
away.
there.
There it is. He did it. Okay.
Someone says if you have to use a blender to make grilled cheese, I'm not sure I can watch. First of all,
I'm making bread.
mixer, not a blender. Second of all, yes, bread.
Whoa, babe! Look at you throwing shade in the middle of a. Turn the speed down, baby.
Oh my God, getting out of control.
It's a party in here.
Wounded soldier.
Guys, I'm so surprised.
What?
First of all,
Well, it's a mixer, not a blender.
This is the Let's Stain Kari shirt stream.
I just mansplained grilled cheese.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and dye everything, including my cutting board. Okay. So I'm gonna make these about the same size as, so let me pour this out. I'm gonna make the cuts, whoa, what am I doing? I can't think. I'm gonna make the pieces, we're just gonna say pieces, that I'm cutting up here, that I'm chopping here, about the size of the strawberries so that they roast about the same. I don't want the sizes to be too much different. A mixer does blend ingredients together. In fact, my mixer has a dough hook. So we could, wait, not a mixer. Mixer does blend. I went opposite. My blender has a dough hook, is what I meant to say. Just gonna leave it. Does a mixer blend ingredients together? Yes. The answer is yes, it does. No, it mixes them together. Oh, crap, you're right. Damn it. Mixer mixes them. So when I was in high school, I did theater, and I did theater among other things. And one of the things that they used to do before before we, I don't know, started like practicing lines and stuff like that for whatever play we were on, we had to do like tongue twisters, and I'll sometimes like do them because it's so fucking funny, and like try to get him to do them. But let's see. Hey you, what are you doing awake? I guess it's 3. That was a pretty good nap. Are you up? Yeah. Luke is up. So it was a box of biscuits, a mixed box of biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. And it's really rough to say that fast over and over.
Here, buddy.
Yeah, stand mixers ain't cheap. I've actually had that mixer for about 9 years, I think, right? Reptar, cheering with the 200 teeny tiny bits. Thanks. Thanks very much. Okay, so I thought that I was gonna go into this other one, but I didn't realize how many strawberries we had left. I got bits from the ads last night. Yay. Cool.
Free money.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, kiddo. No, buddy, nobody's coming over. Because mommy and daddy aren't as popular as you think we are. Okay. So, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this because the ovens are gonna heat up. I think what I'm gonna have to do is leave one of the ovens open. Let's bake. Okay, so we're gonna bake at 400 to roast these suckers. And I'm just gonna throw them in now because I really don't care.
Whoa!
Are you okay? Oh my God. Can you guys see what he did? You know what the problem is? It needs to be duct tape. Duct tape fixes everything. If you can't fix it with duct tape, then the world is over. Or then you can't fix it, I guess is what I should have said. Okay. Yeah, right? Exactly, Snaggle Hagga House. Exactly. Oh, baby. Okay, I'm not sure there's much else that I can do at this prep station. I guess, actually, yes, there is. I can. I'm gonna pass in front of the camera. I'm going to grab some artichokes. We've got canned artichoke hearts here. I've also got some frozen spinach, which I'm gonna need to kind of microwave to heat up. They're all gonna get cooked on the stovetop in one of the various pots that are on the stove right now to heat them up. They're not gonna taste good unless you heat them up. What's up?
Bolt that thing down.
It's about done anyway.
Florida man loses hand while duct taping KitchenAid mixer down. What are we cooking? Read the title. Grilled cheese.
We're making, I will just say it
And
again.
bread.
Oh, see, and on this is the case in which, actually, so what sucks about artichokes, I really wish, what sucks about artichokes is I could have the nicest knife ever to cut these things. But by and large, you need both a serrated and it's like really hard. This stuff gets really slick. Oh, hey, how do I turn on the
Whoa.
7?
That one crazy.
We're gonna make.
So you guys can kind of see me chop this too.
Oh, I moved it for that KitchenAid mixer. I'll move it.
Where am I going,
Leave
guys?
it there. I'll move it.
Okay. I'm gonna go where I'm comfortable and let him kind of keep up. I've not cut artichoke hearts with this knife yet, and it is a fabulous thing to behold. So a lot of times the artichoke hearts, these like little pieces here, like the leaves on it, they get stuck on your knife, and it drives me nuts because they start dragging all over the place and you can't really cut through. And so I always thought maybe I should, I would like kind of vacillate between like, maybe if I use a serrated knife, maybe if I just try to sharpen my knife, and it never seemed to work. Apparently you just need a really effing sharp knife, guys, because this is cutting like a dream, and it's never done this for me before.
We getting around.
They're so fibrous, right?
Are you going to
First time watching this? Well, cool.
By the
Welcome.
way, it looks like my masking tape solution is successful.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so what we're making, just so that you are aware for anybody that's joining us, we're doing 4 different types of grilled cheese. I'm going to be doing a spinach and artichoke with Gouda. I'm going to be doing a French onion grilled cheese. And then I'm going to be doing a Caprese on a homemade bread that is mixing over there in the mixer with all of the tape. And then I'm also going to be doing a goat cheese, grilled cheese with a little bit of mozzarella just to add some kind of meltiness to that because goat cheese doesn't melt very well, with arugula and a strawberry and beet puree. And I feel like it's going to be pretty delicious. Duct tape mozzarella grilled cheese, hell yeah. But what are we dipping the grilled cheeses into? Nothing, man. You just eat a grilled cheese. I'm not dipping it. You mean like soup? Soup-wise? I have some homemade mushroom soup in the deep freezer. We could try to reheat that before the stream's over. I'm gonna cut myself on this jar. Okay, we're good. I always like to have like some big chunks and then some really small pieces of the artichoke so that it, like you get that kind of flavor, then sometimes you get like a nice big chunk of it. Guys, I like artichoke a lot. Chuck doesn't like artichoke. These are not his favorite grilled cheese sandwiches, and they're probably my favorite ones. And first time, I got a cough. I'm gonna put you guys on mute for just a second. Okay, and we're back. I think that was pretty smooth. Not too bad. I think that bread is done. I'm gonna have a ton of this filling. I'm very much looking forward to eating these all weekend. Every time. Ah, my hand's wet. I can do it, guys. We can do this. Oh, good. You can't see. Oh, wait. You can't see because it's black. Ah, the KitchenAid's not sticking to the countertop, so it's moving and I can't unstick the bowl. Okay, we're gonna just pull the bread out because the bowl's not coming up. Ugh. I feel like this is going to be a very dense loaf. It feels dense. We've got some good gluten in there, but it's not together the way that it really should be. So I feel like this is probably going to be exactly like I said. It's going to taste absolutely delicious, but it's probably going to be pretty dense. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to work it a little bit more. Like right now, I'm kind of not going to do much to it. I don't know if you can, closer to me. And maybe over this way? Maybe over this way. Hey, we're good. I don't know if you can see all of those herbs and stuff kind of in there. We've got some red pepper flakes going. It's going to be really nice. But this actually is going to sit in proof. I'm going to put this into this bowl, this pot, with a little bit of olive oil. It's actually going to cook in this pot too. So I'm going to oil this up. I'm going to let it proof.
Bread and
And then I'm going to punch all that air out, stick it back in here and cook it. And I'm hoping that because this is a relatively wide bowl, that I'm going to get a short and long loaf instead of something that's squat and really tall. I feel like it's going to kind of help me with my sandwiches a little bit better. Like the shape of the bread will be closer to what I want it to be.
Are there strawberries in the oven?
Yes.
Okay.
What is strawberry?
Mommy's having some fun.
Daddy likes it when Mommy has fun.
And then I'm going to cover that.
I said, Daddy.
I'm going to leave my oven open on the bottom because the heat from the top oven is going to get into the bottom one, and I don't want it to overproof. I don't want it to get too hot. So, have I watched Binging with Babbage? I have. He's amazing, and he always does the coolest food, and he's really, really good. His videos are awesome.
What's that?
It was such a good concept to do movie food, or food from TV shows and stuff like that. It's pure genius, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, if you can, are you moving it again? There is some spinach, some frozen spinach in the back left bottom of the freezer, not the deep freezer, of just the freezer.
In their little cubes?
It's just in a little, not a cube. It's in a package, a square package. Yep, that back corner right there. Yep. I was gonna catch it. No, don't back up now. You're right here. God, crazy. Okay.
That's why she loves me, chat. I keep her on her toes.
Yeah.
I'm guessing she never knows what to expect.
Brad from Bon Appetit. I listened to the Bon Appetit podcast. I've watched a couple of their videos. I don't have I haven't watched enough to have a person that I think that I really like to watch specifically. But Bon Appetit usually has really good I don't even know how to say they've got really good personalities. They've got really good ways to kind of talk about stuff. But I haven't been like super impressed with their recipes. The stuff that they've been doing recently, particularly in they've got like more vegetables kind of food blog going on that's got some really fun looking recipes in it. But I haven't really found much in the way of the recipes. It's all like they keep things pretty basic. I actually, if I'm looking for a recipe, the first thing I do is I go, and there's my phone. Yeah, I can't answer. The first thing that I do is I go to my favorite food blog, which is Use Real Butter. It's the best. And if she doesn't have a recipe, then I kind of start scouring the internet to see what I can find. But yeah, Bon Appetit, I don't know why. I feel like a lot of their stuff, they just stick to the basics, and I'm kind of, like, it's a good starting point for me, but I never find their stuff really super interesting. That's probably an awful thing to say. I gotta check my email real quick, guys. I have a feeling that was a client, but I don't have an email from her, so. Oh, that's good. Okay. I don't know why she's calling me. Okay. We've got our artichoke, we've got our spinach defrosting, I've got cut up onions for the French onion soup, and then I've got my fruit roasting in the oven, and it's starting to sizzle and dehydrate, and I'm super excited about that. So what I'm gonna start doing, I think, is start cooking all of the stuff that's going into our grilled cheese sandwiches to get everything kind of ready. I think what I'd like to do for this is just like last minute make all the grilled cheeses, because once they get cold, they're not as fun. So I'm gonna do as much as I can. I guess I can cut up the tomato too. We'll do that. But I'm gonna do as much as I can with all of the stuff that's gonna get warm. And then last minute, I'll take the cheeses out, do all the cheeses back here. So I'm gonna cook everything, do the cheeses back here, and then start kind of like assembling and making them kind of at the very end. This is my tomato, it's an heirloom tomato. It is from Publix. It's probably not very tasty. I'd rather get it from a farmer's market. Honestly, I'd rather get it from my backyard, but none of my tomatoes are red yet. So I've got this guy, and I'm hoping that it tastes better than I think that it will.
Where's Luke's water?
Right there's the one on the left. No, it's not. It's the one on the right. I gave him a blue straw today. I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. No, I can't do that, Overlord. That would be super bad.
Can you do what?
Yes, it is Damascus. It is a fancy kitchen knife. It was... It is probably, no, it's maybe the second most, it's probably about, yeah, it's the most expensive knife I have. This is the second most expensive knife I have as a Cutco. And it kind of sucks. I wish this blade was on this handle. I don't know if you guys can see the handles very well, but this handle kind of is a lot wider than this one here. It's about the same width this way, but this way, this one is wider, and it's actually hurts my hand if I use it too much for like an extended period of time. So I actually like this knife better for handling, but this blade is just so much nicer that I'll just kind of switch around from knife to knife. I thought I'd end up having two knives that I could use kind of, you know, one night, one the next night, and I still end up using two at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to put my artichoke and my spinach in here. How do I want to do this? Let's see.
Silly Rabbit asks, does anyone else despise tomatoes but like salsa and ketchup?
Yeah.
I used to, a lot.
Okay.
What?
Just swallow first.
I used to a lot, and then I think as I got older, I don't know, my My palate
Your
changed?
your taste buds change over completely every 7 years.
Right?
So if you ever like if you're like thinking to yourself, I didn't like that when I was a kid, so I probably don't like it now, you should just try it again. You should always be willing to try new things because it may taste different to you now than it did when you were younger. So taste change, guys.
Also, when you're a kid, you're much more sensitive to bitter flavors.
Oh yeah?
That's why kids hate vegetables.
I didn't know that. Where did you read that?
On a bumper sticker.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn the oven on. I say oven, stove top. I'm gonna get that warmed, and then we're gonna press that out in a colander and get all of the liquid out of that. Because again, I don't want too much liquid in any of the fillings that I'm doing in my grilled cheese sandwiches, or they're going to kind of just melt out into the pan and the bread will get too wet. You used to eat everything and now you're picky.
Luke used to eat everything, and now he's picky. Katie eats everything. Burgers with extra pickles. I need a pickle.
I pretty much like everything. I just,
You don't like overly
I
sweet?
like them certain ways.
You don't like
So like I'll eat anything, but like I don't like, it's like I feel like there's a kind of a time and place like for things, and a lot of the times I know I've got all of these fancy grilled cheeses and stuff like that, but a lot of times I just want something to be the traditional way that you would eat it, and I don't want anything fancy on it. I feel like a lot of the times when people try to dress things up and add a whole bunch of things to it, that it actually detracts from what that was, like what the meal was supposed to be, and it makes me kind of sad. So it depends. I really could have. No. No, it is not. We have lollipop tomatoes and we have San Marzano tomatoes in our garden.
Pickle.
I'm gonna try this right now, actually.
I love pickles, but I hate vinegar.
It's about what I expected. There's almost no flavor in that tomato. That's okay. There's a little bit more than if I were to, honestly, I think those tomatoes are probably, that makes me like kind of sad. I'm a little sad about that, guys.
Yeah, sometimes the video of the overhead cam and the video of the face cam aren't in sync because that's a wireless IP cam and it gets a little weird.
You hate pickles, but you love vinegar. It's probably the dill. It's probably what it is.
That's probably why my daughter doesn't finish her old-fashioned too many bitters.
Huh.
It's a good joke. I like that joke, Baron. Keep it up.
I'm gonna pull this out. Okay. Did you give him a recorder?
What's up?
Did you give him a recorder? What's that noise?
He's watching Animal Planet. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start doing up the onions and getting them all caramelized and fun. I need some butter. Thanks, babe. This is not great. Okay.
Chad, I got here late. Did she get out the good knife to slice the tomatoes?
Yes, I did. Okay.
See, this is where I need my own mic. When you're like watching me focus on stuff and I can talk to Chad directly.
Sorry, go ahead.
Tom Riddle hates pickles. Tell Chick-fil-A to always keep the pickles.
I do that too.
But Lloyd says
I
they
really
brine their chicken in pickle juice.
They
Joke's
do.
on you.
Yeah, they do. They brine their chicken in the pickle juice. Yep. Can I make fried green tomatoes? I can put it on my list of things to do. I did buttermilk fried chicken. We did like a whole like country style breakfast with some of my coworkers a couple months ago. We did like buttermilk fried chicken. I think we did like pancakes. We did waffles. We did waffles and fried chicken. We did
You just need to like
grits.
have a little happy fit with the mic
I did
on mute.
biscuits and sausage gravy. Sausage gravy. I want to call it pork gravy. Sausage gravy, and I actually like grinded up all of the pork and made the breakfast sausage first, and it was really good.
You can fry a pickle. You can fry pickle juice?
I would say no to that.
Oh no. Bradley Bear, what they meant by they said brine
Brine.
chicken
Yeah.
in pickle juice.
They
not
marinate their chicken in pickle juice basically.
because you can't cook anything with what's made of
Water.
most water. Because
When
it'll
you
boil.
fry, you're actually
Steam.
when you fry something, you're actually dry cooking it, and it
Right. What is the temperature of a typical fry? Like of the oil when you're
Of the
frying
oil?
something? Is it
I don't
like
actually
400
know.
degrees, 500 degrees?
no,
It's
no,
above
no, no,
220 or 212, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that
you
one. I just
Can you just
wait
fry
until
in
it starts
water?
bubbling, and then I put things in it and fry them.
Can you just
But
fry
I know
it in
you need to
water?
keep them at relatively the same temperature, 375, 400, depending on
well
what you're
over
frying.
boiling of water.
Right.
That's why you can't fry stuff in water.
I don't know the answer to that. That's pretty funny. Yeah, well, no, it's not just that. So water is wet, guys. It's going to get into all of the cells on whatever you're cooking, and it's going to make them soggy, and they're going to absorb it. So when you cook with fat, when you cook with an oil, you're actually dry cooking it. You're not using liquid. And I know that sounds counterintuitive because it looks like a liquid, but because no water is in there to get into the cells, you're actually dehydrating whatever you're cooking it in. And so when you fry something, you're dry cooking it. You're not braising it. You're not like if you wanted to boil, like if you're basically boiling or braising something, if you do it in water or in a liquid, when you're frying it, it is not a liquid. Thus the crisp. Exactly.
The more you know. Okay, here's my request from
What?
chat.
What's
Number
up?
one.
Yeah.
Actually, there's only one.
Okay.
Every time Kari goes on like a little 30-second explain-a-thon,
Okay.
where like she talks about this one
I
specific
turn away
thing,
from the camera.
very specific thing,
Yeah.
clip it, name it what she explained. Like earlier, she talked
Okay.
about why she likes diamond salt over whatever other bullcrap salt.
Right.
Morton salt because it's less salty. It's less salty of a salt. So if you screw up the amount of stuff you throw in, it's like
Right.
you have a lower chance of screwing it up.
Right.
Boom, clip, and then eventually I want to like have like some
A
clips.
compendium of.
compendium of Kari-isms that we can I don't know use for whatever. But every now and then you can tell she gets into like, oh, I'm going to explain this thing for the next 30 seconds, and boom, she explains it. And I clip it.
Like, okay, let me put this down for you. It is a cooking and science stream. I think science is great, guys. And I.
Show ever? Good Eats by Alton Brown. Second favorite cooking show ever, apparently, by Kari. What's your favorite?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I haven't watched the Food Network or a cooking channel in such a long time that like at this point I really don't know. I grew up watching Iron Chef when I was a kid. So it was like Alton Brown, Iron Chef, and Jacques Touré, who does chocolate, which, I mean, how can you go wrong there? Okay, I'm gonna start browning these. I'm gonna get this nice and
bad
hard.
acronym. Sorry, acronyms are pronounceable. Did you know that acronyms are actually have to be pronounced? Initialisms are
Yeah.
letters.
Yeah.
Iron Chef of the Bomb, never watched it. What the guy say every time when it started?
I like cuisine.
I like cuisine.
And he like I watched it with the guy that was the Japanese opera singer. Like I watched it with the old guy. And he'd like, and I guess now it's like his nephew or something like that does it or did it when it was Iron Chef. Now it's like Iron Chef America or Master Chef or something, and it's completely in a different direction. You can probably hear feedback or like whatever kind of craziness because I've got this up high. I want it to start browning. So what I'm gonna do here, I don't know. Oh, he has it over. Nice. So I've got them kind of cooked down a little bit. I'm gonna get them to start charring and browning. We're gonna get a little bit of the Maillard reaction going on here in the pan, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bring the temperature down and let all of that just kind of marry and get really nice. And I think that my strawberries and my beets are getting pretty good. They look like they're starting to shrivel up a little bit, to be honest. Yeah, so see, you can start seeing a little bit of brown. The bottom of my pan here is gonna start transferring to my onions. What's up? Okay, you remember?
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
He's not related? I could have sworn I read something that said he was like his nephew or something. Steakhole 4940 with 3 months of subs. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you very much.
Wait.
What did I miss? Did I miss something else? Okay, I don't know what that means.
What?
Okay. And now this has been on too long. I'm gonna bring that down. Part of me also wants to throw a little bit of chicken stock in this, but I'm not sure on that yet.
Ahad, you're fasting? Is that Ramadan or what?
Yeah, it's Ramadan right now.
Well, I don't know if Ahad is.
Oh, I thought.
What's the? What is? Oh my God! I had so many Pakistani friends growing up. I can't remember the religion. I can't remember. I'm an idiot. God damn. Islam, Jesus. You let me struggle that long with Islam?
Yep. Okay, that's done.
More wrinkles in your brain, kid. I love the side of left head.
All right, so I'm gonna let these cook at about medium now. Now that we started getting some of that color in here, I'm gonna let it really kind of just cook low and relatively slow. I still want to keep that browning going. I want to completely stop it, but I also don't want anything to burn.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, so like I said, I have way too much of this filling for like 2 sandwiches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a little bit of what's in this pot and strain it.
The pan's gonna have to soak? No. Dishwasher is hardcore.
Really what we should be doing is washing everything with Barkeeper's Friend, but that's okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna push. I don't know if nobody can see me. That's okay. I've just got a regular strainer, and I'm just kind of pushing all of the liquid out of my spinach and artichoke mixture. I am gonna let it cool off. What I like to do is like instead of having the cheese kind of already start melting in with everything before it even gets onto the bread, I actually like to let this cool, and then I'll grate the cheese and mix it in, and it breaks up really nice and gets kind of really incorporated, so the whole thing has cheese throughout it. I feel like that makes a much better grilled cheese sandwich than just kind of plopping a layer of this stuff in between. Okay, so that's nice and dry. Ooh, just got stuck to the tape. Thanks, babe.
Let take another hit of that vodka. No.
Happy accident.
Okay, I think I'm gonna bring up the temperature on this.
Big Wade, thanks for the fresh happy accident. Prime mistake. Why'd you waste your free Jeff Bezos bucks on me? On her.
Okay. Cool, guys. Okay, so let's take out our cheese grater. I've got my onions going. I've got my berries and my beets still in the oven. They're looking nice. All that flavor is kind of getting really condensed in there, and I'm very excited about that.
Wait. Heating up fruit condenses
Just
flavor?
dehydrating it. I'm roasting it.
Ah, okay. Kari, what do you do for a living? Is nutrition and cooking part of it?
No, I pull and focus group people. I work with numbers a lot. I manage a polling and research company. And no, I don't get to do any of this while I'm there. Although I do get to bring in things that I cook over the weekend and let people eat it so that I don't.
I feel like you have passion for both cooking and polling.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's true. It is a hobby, yeah. Quite the opposite. It is. And then I have spinach and artichoke dip. Or not spinach and artichoke dip, although that's delicious too. And I do have a good recipe for that. I have spinach and artichoke mixture, just kind of pressed out all the liquids out of that. It's sitting in my sink right now. And I'm gonna go ahead. Thanks, babe. And I'm gonna start grating up some cheese. All my different cheeses. And I'm gonna make 2 of these grilled cheese sandwiches.
One for me, one for you.
Well, I don't know. I figured we could probably make 1 sandwich of each and be fine because that's basically 2 sandwiches between us. I'm gonna leave the goat cheese in the refrigerator for now. I'm gonna make 2 of the French onion soup because I did buy the morel and leek cheese. I'm super excited about this. It tastes really good. But I did want to make it with just Gouda because I think that's also good. So we've got Gouda, we've got Gruyere, and we've got a morel and leek jack cheese. I've also got some mozzarella. Don't hate me. I buy them in the little tiny, I forget what it's called. It's like, here, shimmy. Can you just throw it in there so that I can look at it and pronounce it correctly? It's like Bocelli or Botticelli or something. There's no T's in it. I forget what it's called. There's like 2 different words for it, but they're basically just a small ball of mozzarella. And I get them like this because we don't ever eat mozzarella fast enough that I could get it kind of just sitting in the liquid and get it nice and fresh and tasty. I have to eat it this way.
Fat Ma, she does know about holding the knife blade with the blade.
Yeah.
But she still just doesn't do it.
Yep.
Because she just doesn't do it. Oh, there's another thing I was going to respond to. I forgot.
What were you going to say? There you go.
Yeah, pronounce that, babe.
Bocconcini? I'm going to go with
What are
bocconcini.
our
This is not rising at all. My bread is going to be so dense. I'm super
Our
excited
pots
about
and
it.
pans. Well, currently it's anything that has to be.
I have all-clad tri-ply. It would be great if I could have done the 5-ply or even had something with a copper core with stainless steel. Unfortunately, I can't use things that are just copper because it won't work with my induction cooktop. That's probably the only crappy thing about my induction cooktop is I can't use copper. I need to have some sort of stainless steel or some kind of iron in there in order for it to work with the magnets. So yes, I have all-clad tri-ply. Okay. I'm going to grate a whole bunch of different kinds of cheese. I think I'm missing some. I think I wanted to do, let's see, I got Gruyere, Gouda, I've got this one. My goat cheese is in the refrigerator. And then my mozzarella is out. Oh, I wanted to do a little bit of Parmesan just for some funsies. So I'm gonna grate some of that too. To remind you to sharpen the knife. Yeah, that's true.
What's
Fat Mall, that's true with the about nonstick. Honestly, the best nonstick pan you can buy, and I wish that I cooked more with my what was I gonna say? My God, guys, I can't think. I'm gonna look at it so that I can remember what is wrong with me. Oh. Cast iron. Jesus Christ. I still was holding it and couldn't remember it. This is my new one. I have a really nicely seasoned cast iron pan that I got at like a...
Oh, in here?
What and where?
Where is it?
It's under, they're both underneath there. I've got 3 of them actually. But I have a really nice cast iron pan that I got from a flea market when I was in like high school, because you know, why not? Every kid buys cast iron pots and pans. No, that one, not that one. Do I not have
Cast iron? No.
No, it's this one. Oh, I guess it is this one. I've had this one for a really long time, but this doesn't look like my old one. Maybe I hid it somewhere. It's probably up in the top of the cabinets. I'm gonna get away from that because that's gonna be really loud. But if you really season a cast iron pan, you could use it as an egg pan if you wanted to. If you got like a small one, the longer and more often that you use it, and the more you season it, and the thicker that seasoning coat gets on your cast iron pan, the more and more nonstick it's gonna be, and you could literally use it to cook eggs, and it won't stick to it. They're really amazing pans, and we should all use them way more often, and they last forever. They're like virtually, okay, I said virtually indestructible. I was about to say that. They're not. They're actually some of the weakest pans. If you drop that pan, it would crack in half. You'd think it wouldn't because they're so heavy, but the iron is just basically compressed together. It's not like any kind of folded anything. It's not one sheet of something, and so it will crack in half. So don't drop it, but they're such good pans. Okay, this is just starting to get the color that I kind of wanted. I want it to be darker than this, but some of them are starting to get to be the right color. Part of the reason why I wanted to throw some chicken stock in here is to deglaze the pan and take some of that color into my onions. I think I might do that and just let it cook out. You completely forgot I was cooking grilled cheese. You're like, what is she cooking? She's got all these ingredients and nothing coming together yet. Yes, I'm making grilled cheese.
I'm not gonna cook any. This will be the only stream. I don't cook guacamole.
I'm sorry, baby. We finished it yesterday. I'm sorry.
It's a tradition. Episode 3 is the only Kari cooking stream where Love doesn't cook.
And then one day it'll be like, you know, when we go to do what is it? Oh my God, how is my brain really not working right now? Am I that tired?
No, it's not. You know what it is?
When we go to do a trivia night.
You know how hard it is to be a streamer? And
when we go to do a trivia night, I was going to say trivia night.
Hard.
And they start asking questions, they're going to be like, in which episode did Leopard not make guacamole? Yeah, I can't answer it.
You may answer for you?
No, I don't want you to answer.
Yo, what up, Steve?
Very funny.
How you doing? Yeah, Kari's
Please
busy.
don't do. That's so rude. Please don't say things like that on a live stream. Guys, that was really rude. It's okay.
I didn't answer it.
I know. Doesn't matter.
That's the joke. It's a joke.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get past that one.
Where's the joke? I didn't answer it. You're busy.
I know you didn't. It's a live stream. People can go back and watch it.
Whatever.
He has young sons. They watch stuff. I think.
That's your alarm sound? What's your alarm sound?
No, that's my phone, my ringtone.
That's Shimmy's alarm sound. What's your alarm sound?
I have 2. One is just like a bunch of beeps. And then the other one is a song.
Monarch Reptar says, just for those that don't know, if you want to grate your own cheese when using it for any type of melting, pre-grated cheese has a lactic powder on it to keep the cheese from clumping in the bag.
It does.
Just a little FYI for everyone. So what does that mean?
If you want meltier cheese,
Take off the outside?
you can't take off the outside and pre-shredded cheese. The bagged cheese.
Pre-shredded. Oh, pre-shredded.
Yeah, the
Sorry,
bagged
yeah.
cheese that we have in the refrigerator, that's like good if you're baking, like if you're gonna do like a casserole or you just want something kind of be on top.
That's
Honestly,
why-
it's not even good in a casserole. I wouldn't even want to use it there.
That's why we
but it
always
needs to be
grate
cooked
our
for a really
cheese.
long period of time because
That's
they
why
have
we
to get
always-
past the
we
powder.
always use block cheese for our macaroni and cheese.
Yes, that's why.
We grate it ourselves.
Yes,
Okay.
that's exactly why I do that. Okay, these are starting to get brown.
Drought yelling Twitch Prime. Nice. Twitch Prime!
Yes, I always keep black cheese in the house.
It will melt, it just needs more fire.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just not as creamy either. Oops. It would help if there was a plate under there. Oh, careful. Thanks, baby.
These onions are brown.
Yep, they're not brown enough. Yeah, where were you the executive chef, man?
McDonald's.
Okay. I think that's enough cheese for those. If you want to rewrap these for me, baby, that would be nice. And just throw them back in the refrigerator. I don't like to leave cheese out for too long.
Oh, there's no. Okay.
Oh. Those are my berries. Nice and roasted. Looking good, guys. Oh, that's gonna be super nice.
Baby whale.
Sure, buddy.
Come on, guys.
Come in.
Okay. I am going to, I've decided, guys, that I am going to add in some chicken stock. I'm pulling it out of the freezer. I want to deglaze this dang pan. Let's turn it at 8 so it's not so loud on my lavalier. Are you ready? Oops. If it will do it, it's not going to do it. Hey, what do you know? Oh, there it goes. Nope. Well, I thought I would get in there and try to get some of this up. Some of it's coming up, but not all of it. That's okay. It's not much of a crust is why I can't really get underneath it. But I'm okay with this. I'm gonna add some sherry at this point. And I'm actually gonna add a little bit of that fresh thyme. I was thinking about doing rosemary, but I'm lazy and I'm just gonna leave it. Let's see. So typically when you do French onion soup, you add sherry at the end for a little bit of flavor. You really don't want it to cook off too much because that flavor is really nice. So I'm going to do that here. And I'm going to add it. Smells so good. A little bit, just a little bit splash. That was too much. I kind of don't care because I love sherry. I'm just gonna let the flavor cook off a little bit more than normal. Oh, that's so good. Guys, this smells really good. I'm very, very excited about this one. This is now the color that I wanted it to be. It's a really nice deep brown color. This is the color I want my gumbo to be when I make the roux for the gumbo. You left it on the pan, right? Yeah, okay, cool. I'm basically just gonna sit here and do this until it dries out. Turn this down a little bit. It's basically just a big thing of mush now, and it's got a little bit more liquid than I want it to. So I'm gonna just leave it kind of on low. I don't want it to cook anymore. I just want to get rid of this liquid because this is actually really nice the way that it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and blend up our beets and our strawberries. I've got this tiny little food processor here. I have a much larger food processor, but I hate taking it out when we're just blending up like something to go into the kids' food, or like blending up some meat for the kids or something like that, because they have a weird thing about like shredded beef. They won't eat it if there's like chunks of it. So I'll blend it up in this and then kind of mix it in with the sauce, and then they'll eat it fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do, since it's just a little bit, and it's not like a huge amount of liquid or things that we're blending, I'm not gonna take out the big one, and I'm gonna use my little guy here. Okay, this may be kind of loud. Also, it's the wrong way. Here we go. Okay, ready guys? Here we go. This would be even better if I actually put it into a blender.
What?
Instead of a food processor.
What?
I'm okay if it's a little chunky. I'm really excited about this. This looks really good and it smells really good.
What?
Funny. Oh, that's good.
Did you call it Big Wade subs?
Huh?
We had
No.
happy accidents.
Thanks, Big Wave.
For your sub 18 minutes ago.
Wait, didn't you? You did. You called it out.
Yeah.
Did you forget that you called it out?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't do it, you did. Okay, guys. So, because we roasted those beets and the strawberries, and you can see, nice and thick, it's not going anywhere. It's like really, basically like a jam. I'm like really happy with that.
Lemon ice? What? What's lemon ice?
Huh? You? What you're drinking? I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
How brown do you want these onions?
No, they're not browning anymore. I'm getting the liquid out of it. This bread has not done anything. So it's pretty safe to say that yeast was dead before it started.
So you've been live for like 2.5 hours?
Something like that.
You still haven't made a grilled cheese sandwich.
Nope, that was the point. This is a lot more than just basic grilled cheese. And I'm gonna put everything together kind of at the end. I'm gonna knead this out just a little bit. It's gonna get it even more dense, which you don't really want, but I kind of have to do this. So that's fun. And then this is actually gonna go back in the pan, or back in the pot to bake. I'm gonna cover it in olive oil put a cross cut in the top, and it'll kind of open up a little bit. I'll throw some salt on top of that crust, so it's got like nice salted outside, and we're just gonna have our super, super dense bread.
I don't know anything about making bread.
What?
What are you doing?
I'm kneading bread.
What does that do?
I'm making additional gluten in the bread. It's actually gonna make it denser and chewier, but I have to better incorporate this. So even though it didn't rise, I still have to
Incorporate what?
do this. Huh?
What does incorporating mean?
Okay, so if you notice, this is kind of like all in chunks. So what I'm trying to do is make the dough one piece. So I'm trying to get it to be one piece as best I can, so that when it bakes, it doesn't start coming apart.
Backseat cooking? Hell yeah. I can knead way better than that.
I'm sure you can, baby.
Daddy, I found Chugging 10.
Play it.
But it's not chugging there.
You may help you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They came up so I found it.
I think I might have to put this into this tiny pan right here. This is done. We are done. That is nice. Okay, I need more olive oil. Yeah, it's gonna start falling apart, exactly. Huh, exactly, guys. I'm glad you're with me on this. What on earth did I do with that recipe? Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Oh, good. My oven is already at, what did it say? I think it said 425. Holy cow. 450. Okay, we may have smoke in my oven, guys, or in my kitchen in a little bit. My oven doesn't really like to go over 425. It starts smoking, so we'll see what happens.
How do I feel about all those Gamma bounties? I'm holding on to them. See what's gonna happen. Ikora,
Okay.
20 bounty milestone.
What?
He asked a question about bounties.
Daddy,
Gamma bounties. What's up, buddy?
want to watch me play Chugging 10?
No, I gotta help mommy.
Okay, so I'm throwing some
Okay, you
salt.
can watch for a little bit.
I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil on the outside. So this recipe says to put olive oil on the outside of the bread and kind of like drip it down it. I'm gonna put just enough to get it sticking to the bread. So I have salt kind of running through the whole thing, like on the whole crust. But I'm not gonna put I'm gonna put the olive oil actually after it's done baking. I like it better than putting it in before it starts baking. And actually there's supposed to be about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the bottom of this pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that in now. Most Casual, thank you for following. Welcome. Okay, so we're all in here. This gets covered for 30 minutes in the oven at 450. And then I'm gonna uncover it and turn the oven down to 400 and let it cook for another 15 minutes. So let me get the lid for this sucker. Oh my God, that was super loud, guys. I'm stuck, my lid is stuck. Got it. I really do think I should be using a smaller tin at this point, but that's okay. Oh, did I not do 450? I thought I did. What the F? For the love of gosh. Okay, we're waiting on this one then. I'll set that there. Okay, I think I'm ready to start assembling grilled cheeses, guys. I think we're at that point. It's time. I guess I'll get my goat cheese out now. I wanted to leave my goat cheese in the refrigerator for as long as possible because it stops being crumbly when it starts melting, and it's really hard to kind of get pieces all over the place. You kind of have to put it on and like smear it, which could be fine, but isn't what I'm looking for. See ya, Shimmy. There is one other thing that I'm going to do for this caprese. I'm actually going to add some balsamic with some with just some basil. I used these the last time. I'm going to use these again. I think I explained it to you guys specifically for ginger. But I also have basil. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. I know I'm off camera. I need balsamic. Oh, so loud. Okay. Balsamic and these guys. I don't know if you can see the back of that. Where exactly do you have the camera right now? I'm going to end up over there in a second. So I don't know if you can see this. It's 1 teaspoon per. They're just prepackaged. You can do basil. I've seen cilantro, ginger, garlic, chili, and I just am basically gonna push one of these guys out into a little container, into a little ramekin, wherever that may be. And I'm gonna add a little bit of balsamic and let it defrost in there. And so I'm gonna have balsamic with a little extra basil in there aside from just the basil leaves. Just add a little bit extra flavor. When you can, you should. So I've got some mozzarella cheese. Okay. I'm gonna have basil and I'm gonna have a little bit of balsamic kind of mixed together. Okay. I think I'm in a pretty good place, guys. Let's start buttering this bread. 420, okay. Tell me when that hits 450, can you stick the bread in the top oven?
Yeah.
I really want to taste these. That's very nice. And I know you guys are gonna hate me for this. I'm totally cooking these in a non-stick pan. Totally doing it. Maybe, if I can get them out. Sorry for all the noise. Let's get everything kind of together. Okay, so I've got my Gruyere, my Gouda, and then I've got my mushroom and leek. I'm gonna just do that because this is gonna be made with just the Gouda. I'm gonna do the Gruyere and then the mushroom and leek both with the caramelized onions. What are you doing? Is everything okay? Okay.
Checking the battery.
I'm gonna go ahead and just mix this in here. Break it all up. Okay. Really should have done this in a bowl. Let's do this in a bowl and then we'll put it back out on the plate. That's just, I already saw that text.
There's another text that came in. Wonder?
No, it just does it twice sometimes. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Yep.
iPhone
It's
sucks.
like, hey, you didn't actually look at this. Let me bring it back to you.
Booty battery. Yep.
So like I said,
You zoom in on that?
yeah, on something. Bring back my camera as I mix this stuff together.
Show it right here.
Okay. So as you mix it together, the cheese starts to kind of break into tiny little pieces with the filling, and it gets really kind of incorporated without melting. And then when it actually does start to melt, it's all in there. The bread will stick to either side, and you don't have like a layer of one and then a layer of other, which is really nice. I think it works really well that way. Okay.
You turn off the double notifications in the settings, those tricks.
Ah, there are tricks. Cool.
Why would there be a double notification for anything?
I don't know.
Apple sucks.
No,
Android's better.
That's nice to say. Okay. So that's my spinach and artichoke filling.
450, bread and oven, let's go. Where's the bread?
Right there on the seat. Somewhere you completely wouldn't think to look for it.
Boom. Thanks, Franco. Couldn't have done it without you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, random guy on the internet. We're doing a better job than her husband.
The sous chef falling asleep on the job.
No, I'm wide awake. Just slightly inebriated.
No, I can't tell. Okay.
I sense sarcasm.
Huh? You should.
Bradley Bear is having a brisket and potato salad for dinner.
That sounds nice.
Chat, what
I
do you
love
have for dinner?
brisket. Okay. Let's start putting these together.
Random Scotsman. Ready for me to turn on the saucepan camera?
Yeah, I think so.
Try to stand to the left side.
I think I'm gonna do this one last. Oh guys, I forgot this. I forgot the nectarine.
Chipotle for dinner, nice practice.
We're gonna use the mandolin again, guys. It's gonna happen. Got like super thin slices. They're like translucent. I mean, I'm gonna hit a pit. Okay. Cool. Do you know what time we put that in?
2 minutes ago.
Okay. It cooks for 30 minutes and then another 15 minutes after that.
4:39.
Okay. But tell me when we get to the 30 minutes and then we have to turn it down and take the lid off. Okay. Got everything where I need it. Cool. Okay, guys. What should we do first? Anybody have any thoughts? What do we want to do first?
What are the options?
The options are the French onion and the spinach and artichoke dip, or the goat cheese with the strawberry and beet. And
Goat
arugula.
cheese, strawberry, and beet.
You want to have that one first?
Hate beets, but let's do it.
Okay.
I'll do Skylar.
French onion second.
This is Skylar one.
Okay. Can you choose it?
You're gonna need to help him find it.
Oh,
Okay, I'll come help you.
You can help him, it's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna turn the overhead view cam
Goat
to the
cheese.
saucepan.
Whoa, guys. Yes. Please do that.
come on, Daddy.
Okay. Needed to get my goat cheese. And my arugula. Whoa. Okay. Okay, guys. Oh,
up, Tilly?
my knife. Hello. Okay, yeah, you're gonna be like just looking at my back for a little bit, so I apologize in advance for this, but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna butter this bread. So I actually was like researching a little bit for this. And they were saying the best way to do this is to actually butter both sides of the bread so that both sides get crispy. So basically you would like pan fry up like one side, flip them over, and then add your toppings. And I really want to try that. So we're gonna go ahead and do that today. Actually, that was stupid, we're gonna wait. Okay. What I tend to do is like I'll butter. Ooh, sorry guys, sorry.
It's not loud.
I just assume that it is. Now that you guys said it, I tend to kind of crisp it, and then I'll add more butter and then put it down and start cooking it. But this seemed like a really good option, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Okay.
It's a nice ring.
Get that nice and hot.
Ooh,
Oh, I gotta put it down. That was not a very good sizzle. That's okay.
Nice sizzle, babe.
There was like no sizzle. It's not quite there yet. You just made me nervous. Okay. We're gonna get those cooking. And the best thing to do for grilled cheese sandwiches, you don't wanna like flash cook them, because then the outside is gonna get really hot really fast and the inside is gonna take forever, and it'll be like cold in the middle and you won't have that like really melty, lovely goodness. I'm gonna kind of flash cook the inside just so I get a little bit of that crisp. I probably should have buttered both sides as well, but that we'll just get to bridge. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm gonna get this nice and crispy on this side, and then I'm gonna flip them, put the toppings on the other side that's cooking right now, and then butter and redo. So we'll see how that goes.
Babe, I think
Yeah.
with these cooking streams, because they're becoming so wildly popular,
Right.
we need to install a stovetop in the
I
island.
know, right? No.
Well, it's only like this,
I almost thought about doing that when I was.
it's only like this deep, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's just
It's
the top
It's
and then the internals.
it basically is to like here.
Yeah. So,
It just sits in
so we'd have to get rid of this drawer.
and move it here. Have one big drawer for
Yeah.
utensils.
So that drawer right here could be moved here, and like you could cook here and prep stuff with in the same.
We would
place.
have to get an entirely
And-
new quartz piece, and then have this cut, like taken off and cut.
Oh hell yeah, it'd be hella expensive.
Yeah,
But we make unlimited Twitch money.
that's what I was. Bradle Bear is thinking what I was thinking, which is just purchasing an induction cooktop. You can get like single or double burner induction cooktops for a couple $100, and then I could just sit here.
I can tell you that was never gonna happen because my wife does not want a kitchen that isn't perfect. You would not want a
That's what I was
stovetop
thinking.
that's just laying on top.
No, it's like just having a spare burner, like how you had at your apartment. Your apartment that didn't have an oven.
What would you prefer?
That is cooking irregularly. I think I should have used my bigger pan. Yep, that's fun. I stepped away for a second. That's okay. We're still okay.
A bigger pan?
I think so. I think I want my bigger pan. Okay, so now that's actually really nice and warm. I'm super actually liking this. Ouch. That hurt my ears. Can't imagine what that did to Chat's ears. The butter is literally just like melting. It's not even spreading. It's just melting onto this bread. This makes me really happy. Okay, so I'm putting butter on the other side now. So we have a crispy inside. I just really like want this to be really crispy. I'm like excited to maybe have this be crispier than normal. Okay.
Tiddly has induction too.
Really? Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna do. Where did my goat cheese go, babe?
Bradley Bear says your kitchen is gorgeous. I'm jealous.
Where did my goat cheese go?
I ate it.
Oh, here it is. Huh. Okay. I just really like how you can like really control temperature on an induction cooktop. And I like that I can turn it off and clean it without burning myself like immediately. It's like really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of get little pieces of this put together. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of separating out into little crumbles some of this. I'll put this down. Yeah, I like that. I'm like, this is nice and crispy, so it's much more structurally sound than I'm used to for a grilled cheese. I'm really liking that. I'm gonna, again, just make a bunch of crumbles and kind of get them going here. I know I said I was gonna add mozzarella, but I just don't feel like going to the refrigerator, so I think we're just gonna use it like this and call it a day. And this should not be here yet. Okay.
What's going on?
This looks really weird. This is like the weirdest grilled cheese I think that I've ever made. Super excited about it though. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more cheese. There's not enough cheese here, guys. Come on, who are we kidding? Okay, we got goat cheese. We're gonna add some arugula. I'm gonna add cheese on top of this too, so this will be interesting. Some of the nectarine slices. I just wanna eat this as an open-faced sandwich. I don't even care about the rest of it. And then some more goat cheese. We're losing it. Hopefully this will be, because this is a fresh cheese, they're not very good at melting and being sticky and like getting that really like good melty cheese that you get from a traditional grilled cheese. So I don't really know how this is gonna go, but I'm okay with it, so.
Art asks if you ever saw Alton Brown's episode of Good Eats with grilled cheese.
No, I have not. But I will have to go look it up. Yum.
Oh, I don't know if it was Good Eats, but he said Alton Brown.
It's probably Good Eats. Cool.
Bluetooth range should be
So-
60 feet, not through this type of electromagnetic interference.
Okay, so it looks like we've got a little bit of crisp, but we're still in a really nice place. It hasn't started browning yet. And we're gonna let that just kind of get nice and warm. And we're gonna go low and slow on these grilled cheese sandwiches, guys.
Low and slow.
How are we thinking? Do we think it's gonna turn out good, guys?
If you're making it,
Cooking the cheeses separate? What? He cooked the cheeses separate? That's kind of weird. What does that even mean? What does that mean?
you just fry the cheese up on the pan and then throw it on the bread.
I'm
Crisp
impatient.
the cheese in the pan and put it on the sandwich.
That's weird. I don't like that idea. It's the crisp. That's really weird. Okay, thanks, Art. I'm the Bob Ross of cooking.
Cheese.
I kind of am. It's just a happy little accident like, that didn't turn out quite the way I wanted, but you know what? I'm okay with it.
Are you gonna beat the devil out of anything?
No.
It
What?
says beat the devil out of it.
Really?
Look at that. Professional muting the mic when she coughs.
Okay, oh my God. That's like really nice. Yay! It looks so pretty. I want to eat this so badly, guys. This was the one that I was the most interested in trying, so I'm really, really excited.
Okay, before you eat it, we need to get a close zoom in with the good.
Of like it cut and like coming out, like oozing out of the middle of it, because that's the best thing about grilled cheese is when it starts to ooze out of the bread. So good. Okay. Okay, I guess let me start buttering the other bread. I'm gonna do the French bread one, or the French onion soup one next.
Another mute from a cough.
Yeah, it's bad now.
Cover those vocal cords with sugar.
It's the only way it works, man. Only it's not really working. I may have to eat this nectarine in a second.
Do you have a panini press? No.
No. I'm gonna cough again. Oh, sorry guys. Okay. I'm tearing up now.
Wasting away eats food ASAP. Art. I have not been wasting away. I've been on my third vodka cranberry.
Okay, I'm breading the rye breading. I'm buttering the rye bread for this French onion one. I'm gonna do this the right way next time. I'm gonna butter both sides so that I don't have to do this after the fact.
Do I need to take that off?
Nope.
Flip it?
Nope. It's already been flipped.
I know.
What?
That was overcooked.
Nope.
Just trying to backseat cook for you, babe.
That's okay. I do this to you when you game sometimes.
Sometimes. Oh, look at that.
Perfect. Okay. How do we want this to go?
In my mouth. Cut it in half.
That's so pretty.
Are we doing one per?
I don't know. What do we want to do? Yeah, I figured, right?
Okay.
One of each one. Sorry, guys.
And then
that
whatever
was
we have
unexpected.
extra afterwards, we can...
Well, do we want to cut them and let them, like, I don't know, because it's like, I mean, they're best when they're right out of the pan.
All right.
So, like, do we want to just, like, cut it and, like, take a look?
Cut it, and then we'll zoom in.
Zoom in?
with
Okay.
the camera.
Okay, guys. Number one. You got it? I can bring it over here if you want me to.
What?
Or not.
Why does it keep doing that?
Yeah, it's got to be corner to corner. That's the only way. Come on, Art. Who do you take me for? Come on. No. Come on, I'm excited. Let's go.
All right, lean in so the mic kind of picks up stuff.
Goodness, there's so much stuff in front of this. Hold on.
No, there's not. Look.
There's not? Okay. Okay. Am I going for it?
Close so they can hear the mic.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty. And messy, and I'm super happy about this. Okay. The other stuff is gonna be really stringy once it's actually getting in there. Can I take a bite?
Take a bite.
Oh my God, that's good. Yep.
Take one more bite.
Guys, I think this is one of my favorites. This is really good. This cameraman is horrible. What's in this sandwich? Okay, this is roasted beets and strawberries, pureed with goat cheese, arugula, really thin sliced nectarines, and then it's grilled and fried in a pan, and it's delicious. I'm all about this. Yeah, I could eat this all the time. If you want your hack, you better get in here or I'm going to steal it. Okay, next. Oh, we turned off. Okay. Okay, this time I've got a rye bread, buttered on both sides, I believe. Whoops. Yep, buttered on both sides. And then I'm actually gonna make 2 sandwiches for this one. I've got a Gruyere, and then I actually found a Morel and Leek jack cheese, and I'm going to be just doing one with each of them, like with the onions with each of those. Getting that Instagram. I don't know. Maybe if there's so much that goes into making food posts for Instagram. It needs to be set up and photographed perfectly, and I give up a lot of the times on that stuff. Unless it's a sauce or some sort of comfort food, like a pot roast or something like that, where you just kind of pour everything on top of mashed potatoes, because you just can't go wrong there. Everything looks good. It's kind of, yeah. See, there you go. That's the better idea.
So hot. Fake laugh.
What did you think?
I think I tasted it.
Did you like it?
It was good.
I think I tasted it. You're funny. I have a hot spot in the back of my pans. I don't know why. It's you think it'd be right in the middle of the induction cooktop, but it's usually right back around here. So I'm just kind of moving the bread around to make sure that it doesn't heat unevenly. Bradle Bear, I agree. It has been asked.
Reach.
I'm not a fan of mayo. I should do it just to see what it tastes like. I know, it's fat and flavor. So I'm sure that it's wonderful for the people who do it, but I'm just so traditional. Butter is my friend, and I'm just gonna keep using butter. Sorry. For the love of bread in the oven, is it done, guys? Has it been 30 minutes?
No.
Okay.
7 more minutes.
I actually have some fat in the oven. Or not in the oven. Oh my God, guys, I'm saying things that I should just not be saying.
Did you know that streaming is hard because your brain gets all muddled after a while?
I feel really sleepy right now, and I'm not really sure why.
Welcome to streaming.
That's nice. You're a nice person.
No, I'm just saying, that's what streaming's all about. Your brain gets crazy because you're on, you go, and your brain's like, what are you doing?
Okay. Okay, thank you. I have fat in the oven. I don't remember the oven. I said it again. In the deep freezer, not even the deep freezer, just a regular freezer.
Exactly.
In that right there, I literally have fat sitting in the freezer right there. I don't remember what kind it is. I want to say I have both pork fat, and then I have, I think it's just pork fat. I have pork fat and maybe chicken fat. I want to say those are the two. If I smelled it, I could tell, but I have not. I'd have to open it and smell it. What the fuck was that, baby? Oh, look, it's the bread that came out of the, there you go, have fun with that. It's like a hockey puck. Okay, so we've crisped up one side of this. This is actually going to be the inside of my bread. I'm really happy that I tried this because it's super good this way. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start adding, I'm gonna do the Gruyere cheese and then some onion to both sides of these.
Remember to cook to the left side.
Cook to the left? Okay.
Because of the camera.
Okay. What?
It's the back of your head.
What's the back of my head?
The overhead can.
Okay. Sorry. That was a mistake. That's okay.
I'll have to circle in the kitchen like a shark. Be careful.
Okay. We're gonna take our onions. We're gonna smear those over the top. Those are really nice.
This is the French onion one?
Yeah, this is the French onion one. I feel like if I had any leftover au jus, that this would have been a really good dip. It's basically like a French dip, but without, like instead of roast beef, it's just caramelized onions. Okay. I don't know why I put that on that piece of bread. We're gonna go ahead, throw some of this Gruyere on top. And I'm actually gonna make, like I said, I'm gonna make another one of these. But the cheese is gonna be a morel and leek jack cheese. Okay, let's press that down a little bit.
Leek?
Yes. So it's like a little bit of mushroomy, a little bit of onion flavor. It was really nice. More cheese. Do I have what? Do I have a stuffy nose? Yes, I do. Rhinitis has something to do with your nose, but I don't know what the gustatory is.
Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired?
I'm just sick. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of being sick
Do you
and
know what
tired.
solves
What?
being
Am I
sick and
sniffling
tired?
too much, guys? Sorry.
Do you know what solves being sick and tired?
What?
Going out to the bar with your coworkers.
Yeah, they're going at 6. So I figure I'll finish this up in about 30 minutes and then get some work done and then go. Go blow my nose. I'm sorry.
Captain the stream, yeah, right.
It's a runny nose caused by chewing. No, it's a runny nose caused by sickness.
Maybe you shouldn't have flown to Toronto.
No, it was just like all the work that I was doing.
No, you got back. Brought you back from Toronto. Canadians got you sick.
No.
Those damn Canadians.
I got sick after I got back from Orlando.
Was that before?
It was a week after. I got back on Sunday and went to Orlando on Wednesday and got sick on Friday.
Did you shake any hands in Orlando?
Yeah. I was meeting a whole bunch of people.
Boom. Who was sick?
Sick and still streaming. Yep, actually I've done 2 streams sick out of the 3 that I've done, so yay. Yeah, I don't typically use Gruyere. Like, I don't eat Gruyere by itself because it is kind of an odd flavor. But it's so good with caramelized onions that I feel like I just don't. I mean, it's fine. But yeah, I don't typically eat this by itself. Let me see. Let's get a flavor profile here. Yeah, it just tastes kind of. It's not. I don't know if it's smoky.
Art says
I'm not tasting
Gruyere is
smoky.
bomb.
I can't eat it by itself. I like meltier cheeses. Okay. Like, I know this is melty once it actually starts getting heated up, but it kind of tastes waxy to me. And it kind of pisses me off sometimes when I am eating like a French onion soup and it like turns into one big ball and then like hardens.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't stay melted. I feel like it doesn't, like it needs a much higher temperature at which to melt. And so that, like, more than flavor, because it really, to me, doesn't taste much like anything. It's a little bit bitter, but it's basically a very mild cheese. But like, I don't like that it starts to harden at lower temperatures. I want it to stay melty and not get waxy, but that's just me. Provolone is a really good cheese for this.
This isn't shredded Gruyere, right? Like it comes in a block and then you grate it?
What is?
Gruyere?
Gruyere, yeah, that's what I did. It was a block. I grated it. Yeah, we're gonna stay low. This is another pretty one. You use water in the pan and cover it. There you go. It's just a nicer Swiss. I like baby Swiss. Baby Swiss is yummy.
Bread's done.
Okay.
What do I do?
Turn the oven down to 400. It's hot.
I mean, I need to open it?
Yep.
Pull it down?
Oh, you can open it. I gotta take the top off this. I guess let me use two
Let's
hands.
see the heat coming out. You can do that?
Yeah. Okay, that's gonna be in there for another 15 minutes and then we can take it out and let it rest for just a little bit. I'll put these back where they go so that I don't lose them. Okay, this is the second grilled cheese. We don't have any brie. I used the goat cheese instead of brie. I thought about doing brie and cranberry, but instead I ended up with goat cheese with the strawberry and beet puree. Okay, are we cutting this? You cutting it? You ready? Oh, I didn't lean in. I didn't lean in very well. Okay. So, there we go. I'm really excited about this one too. Guys, this is all delicious. Looks good. Are you like getting a video of me eating it too? Is that what this is about?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys. That's also nice. I did forget something. I wanted to have some thyme in this. That's okay though. It's still really good. Good, babe? Describe the flavors. Okay, the cheese is melty. The rye, I really like the rye with this. I wasn't sure originally what bread I was gonna use, but the caraway and the rye bread and the maltiness from the bread is really nice with the caramelized onions. And the caramelized onions are really nice and sweet. I do feel like this needed something either herby or a little more acidic in it in order to bring out some of these flavors. They're kind of blending a little more than I wanted them to. Maybe even some sort of additional fat, like I had said, if I had maybe had like an au jus or something with a little bit more bold of a flavor to dip it in, that they would have made this a little bit nicer. But all in all, I actually really like this one. What do you think? Good?
It is pretty sweet. Onions are really sweet. I'll come there, bud. It's really sweet. Yeah, something else to like make it not as sweet. But really
Well,
tasty.
it's not really sweet. I just feel like
I
there's
taste
not a
sweetness.
huge punch of flavor. Like I feel like
I just taste sweetness, but it's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good, but you're right. Something acidic or something else. Balance. I don't know what balance means. I don't know what acidic means, but like there's like one flavor that's I taste, and that's the onion.
Or could eater.
What's taking so long? Finish it.
Yes, I do have a very good balsamic vinegar.
Too late. Make another one.
I was gonna use it in the I was gonna use it in a Caprese sandwich that I was gonna make after this is done cooking. Okay, the next one we're gonna do, actually, I guess I should make that again. We're just gonna do the next one. We'll come back. I'll make the caramelized onion, French onion soup one with the mushroom and leek cheese last, since we're kind of doing one of each of them. So the next one I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take just a regular white Italian loaf, and we're gonna do some spinach and artichoke grilled cheese now. Yeah, it would have. That would have been good. Where's the basil gone? The basil is over there. Basil is sitting on my counter. But that that is not happening until this loaf is out of the oven, because that's what I was planning on using for that. So, okay. So let's go ahead and get our white loaf. I honestly might just do one of these and cut it in half, because this is I don't know if you guys can see this. He doesn't have it up. This is a huge piece of of bread. This is a huge piece of bread. It's like as big as my head. I'm gonna cut it in half. The size, like the rye bread, the size of the rye bread compared to this, like I could just cut it in half and make it its own sandwich. I think I'm gonna do that. Let's do this before I butter the other side. I really want another one of these goat cheese ones, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I will turn around and start looking at chat in just a second. I want to get this going on the oven, and you know what? I'm just gonna put it flat against my hand and let butter get all over my hand, because why not? Let's just get messy, guys. Okay, awesome, done. It's a chuck-sized piece of bread. Well, I was thinking like I'm literally making, 4 or 5 grilled cheese sandwiches, and that it would be enough for him. And that he may or may not be full after eating like 2 whole sandwiches. I know that I would be. But if he needs another one, there's always more ingredients. So I'll just make him another sandwich. Okay, so we're gonna let that toast up on that one side. I'm really liking this idea of toasting both sides of the bread. It is taking longer, but I really feel like there's more crunch there. And that the bread is really holding up and not just kind of getting soaked on one side. And I'm really, really liking that. So I might just clean as I go, guys, because this is getting a little ratchet out here. We might as well get our workspace all cleared up. Does anybody have anything that they want to ask or request? Maybe for next time or anything like that? You should try PB&J with the inside toasted bagel setting. You just mean like making a warm peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I don't know if I think warm peanut butter sounds fine, but warm jelly doesn't sound, although I just made that puree. It doesn't sound really amazing to me. I feel like that'd be overly sweet once it got too warm. Hey, Fraley. If only there was, he is being a star right now. He's watching Luke and keeping him occupado. So I'm okay with that. What time do I take that out? I don't know when we put it in. It looks like it's starting to brown, but I don't.
40 is when we put it in.
Okay, we got time. Can I do burgers next time? I could experiment with burgers. I don't usually make burgers, guys. I know I should because I've done like breakfast sausage patties. I'll go grind my own meat. I have a meat grinder that attaches to my mixer. Thanks. With banana instead of jelly. See, that makes sense. Grilled with bananas, that makes sense. Like I said, I don't know. I don't usually do burgers, but it'd be fun to kind of mess around with fat content and all that. What? What does it say? Okay.
I didn't know that.
I think I've seen that before, but I don't know if I paid attention to it. You want some fancy topping ideas? I always go for simple French onion dip and bacon. Ooh, that sounds nice. I've never had that either. Fancy topping ideas? Okay, let's see if we could help you out here. You could do brie and arugula. I've seen that. I've also a fried egg. It is never a bad thing on top of a burger. We actually don't promote the mixer on Twitch. That's why I just said mixer, right?
You get that joke, right?
No. Am I supposed to get it?
Twitch's competition is Mixer.
Oh.
And YouTube streaming.
Oh, okay. We actually have a restaurant in town that does a whole bunch of crazy burgers. So they have like what they call the sushi burger. And it's basically like a big piece of tuna. And then they put, what else do they put on it? It's tuna with like a sesame and like teriyaki sauce over the top of it. And then I don't know what else goes with it. I've not had it, but I have friends of mine that really like it. So putting tuna on your burger apparently is good. They do have a PB&J burger. They also have a s'mores burger, which I think is really interesting, but I'm kind of terrified to try, with toasted marshmallow and graham cracker and chocolate. We really like a burger called the Sundance Kid, which is basically a burger. It's a regular burger on just toasted grilled, like thick grilled bread. So it's not even like a regular burger bun. But they do pico, refried beans, a fried egg, and chorizo, and then some avocado, some like smashed avocado on a burger, and that is delicious. We get that all the time. It'd probably be really great with some hot sauce on it too, not gonna lie, but they don't typically have hot sauce on their like tables, so we would have to ask for it. I've not seen Kenji Lopez's like special cheese blend, but I love him to pieces. He's probably another one of the chefs that I really like a lot, and will go to for recipes. I think that he really thinks about what he's doing with cooking temperature, with texture, with the ingredients that he's using, and kind of creating a really good depth of flavor in a lot of ways that recipes don't typically. Like they kind of are just like, here's how you make this thing, and this is the traditional ingredients that are in it. And he's like, hey, I'm gonna throw some anchovy in it. I'm gonna throw some Marmite in it. And like, I really, really like that about him and his recipes. So, let's see, I wanted to see what Art said. Caramelized onions, cook the burgers in pan, stack caramelized onions in, Swiss cheese to melt, and toasted sourdough with mayo, chipotle mixture, and dill pickles. That does sound very nice. You had a burger with pineapple and Polynesian sauce. That does also sound really nice. We have started cooking bread. It's actually finishing up in the oven right now. I'm doing my spinach and artichoke. I've got one half of this cooked. I'm gonna go ahead and put the stuff on and then get up the other half. This is also already buttered, so I'm just gonna stick that right down in the bottom of the pan as soon as I've got everything on here.
Have we discussed using mayo instead of butter to cook this bread?
Yes, we have. We have. I don't really like mayo, guys. I'm sorry.
Kari doesn't like mayo, but it's viable.
Yes, it absolutely is viable. I'm sure it adds a great tangy flavor. I'm sure it gets a really nice crust. But I'm just such a traditionalist. I just want that butter.
Tell me about being a traditionalist. Ugh. Kari's so traditional. She's the most traditional woman I know.
Uh-huh. And we're gonna get that going, and then the Caprese is going to be the last one. I think this is probably about ready to come out.
Are we getting this bread, babe?
I'm not sure yet.
Are we getting these pinnacle weapons in Destiny?
Doesn't look like it's as brown as I want it to be.
She doesn't get that reference.
Nope, I sure don't. Thanks for trying, though.
Chat, not for you.
I want this to cook longer. I'm gonna stick it in there for another 5 minutes. Doesn't feel right. Baking uses too much science, guys. I may end up just using some straight Italian loaf or something like that for that one. We'll see. It's still gonna taste really good. I just gotta get it to cook all the way through. I think because it was so dense that it's just taking longer for it to cook. Come on.
Thanks, Manchu. Nice camera work. Hell yeah, Organ.
What's he doing? What are you doing?
I just zoomed in on the oven when you're opening it
Oh, okay.
and changing the focus manually.
You hate baking art. Baking is really finicky. It's like, you know, how humid is it outside, and what altitude are you at,
Where's the
and
moon
like, you know.
Is Jupiter waxing or waning?
You didn't weigh your flour? What? You just like scooped it and put it in? That's the end of the world. Like, there's just so many things that you can do wrong. But like, I love the science in baking. So like, it's really fun for me. I'm gonna defend it. It's really fun for me to, especially with like the British Bake Off and all that, because that's like such a good show. It's really fun for me to sit and watch people do recipes, and they're like, or like a couple of times, I'm part of like this like Facebook group, and they do like cooking via recipe, that's like on an app. And they're like, why didn't my cake rise? Or what happened to my cookies? They spread too much or something like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a science question. I can answer this. And so like stuff like that is really fun for me, where I'm like, oh, well, you know, you probably overmixed, or you didn't start baking fast enough and your baking soda reaction stopped working as well. And so that's why it didn't rise. And like, there's just like a whole bunch of science that goes on in there when you add heat to your most basic ingredients. I mean, it's basically sugar, butter, flour, sometimes yeast, salt. Like, it's really not anything crazy, but it makes so many different kinds of things. And I just think that's like really fun, how you just change something a little bit and it completely changes the recipe. So
Josie says, hello, yes, I'm here for the Leps Guacamole stream featuring Kari. Where's the guac?
Where's the guac?
We have no avocados.
We don't.
No avocados, Josie.
Here, I'm gonna.
So at what point are we going to try to add tequila to the grilled cheese?
We're not gonna. I'm not adding liquid to this. The point was to take the liquid out. Okay, I'm just putting this around the pan. Just get my fingers hot. That's okay. We're good. This looks really pretty. I'm very excited about this one too, baby.
Fat Moss says he's allergic to avocados.
How? How is that a thing? That makes me very sad for you. I'm so sorry.
Come on, adding tequila
It
to
did
the
work.
guac.
Seriously,
Works so well in the guac.
all I've been thinking about for the last like week is putting cacique and tequila into some avocado and just eating it. Sometimes you risk it. That's dangerous, dude. Is it like a skin thing, or is it actually the meat of the avocado? Because that doesn't make. I'm a little concerned. What is it? Are you like really allergic to it, or is it just like a sensitivity? Drew, one of my bosses, was talking to us the other day. We started talking about tequila, and he was like, Kari, I had a tequila last weekend, and I thought of you. And I was like, okay, well, what did you have? And he was like, I can't remember what the name was, but it was white and blue. And I was like, oh my God, was it in a ceramic container? And he was like, yes, it was. And I was like, I know exactly which tequila you're talking about, and it's really good tequila. And he was, yeah, it is. I opened it, and I finished the whole damn thing. And I was like, holy shit. He had like a bottle of tequila. It's Clase Azul. And we had it when we were in Seattle. I tasted it because I was pregnant. There you go. That's our next grilled cheese sandwich. And it is a mighty fine tequila, ladies and gentlemen. So, what? Laura, no, I do not work in a chemistry-related field. I manage a polling and research company. So I kind of work with numbers, but nothing too sciencey. It's more maths than science. And yeah, I do polls and focus groups and other data research analysis.
Slice that.
I know, you know exactly. I know, Art. You know you're in deep when you know it by the bottle. I didn't know the name. I just knew the bottle. I was like, oh, that bottle, that was good stuff. Okay, ready, guys? We got the mic down. Here we go. Can you see that? Oh, did he already back out? Am I eating it now? Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Eat it.
Am I eating it? I'm sorry. Okay, ready? Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. So, this time around, I know that I mentioned this and then I didn't do it. The next time I make these, because I just have the mixture of the spinach and the artichoke, but I haven't actually mixed it with any more cheese other than what's there. Like, I have more of the mixture. I need to add some cumin and some paprika and maybe some hot sauce to this. It's very good, but I want a little more punch. That's so good.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised you like this. You don't like artichoke.
I like your spinach and artichoke.
Oh yeah? While you eat, you need to recap. Okay, my goodness. Art is bossy today. That's okay. I'm supposed to be doing this. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so this one is, if I can speak, my goodness. This one is Gouda with spinach and artichoke. I basically chopped up the artichokes. It was just some chopped and frozen spinach. Basically what you would use for a spinach and artichoke dip. What? What did you do? What is your face? Okay. Anyway, I boiled down to kind of cook out some of that like weird frozen / canned flavor from the artichokes and the spinach. And then I drained them and got all of the liquid out by pushing them into a strainer, and then mixed it in. I let it cool off and then mixed it in with the Gouda so it all broke up and got really, really in there and really nice and combined. Next time I will be adding in some cumin and some paprika. You really should, if you can, add garlic powder as well. I am not lucky enough to be able to do those things because I have an allergy to garlic, but you should. And then most definitely add a little bit of hot sauce into this. That's going to be nice on the way out. So that's what it is. Yay, spinach and artichoke grilled cheese.
How about that bread?
Yeah. You can take it out. Okay, so in the recipe for this, it says to do olive oil before you bake it. I actually like to do after. I think that the bread soaks it up much nicer and it gives it a really nice crust. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that now. It's basically like 3 tablespoons of olive oil.
So much oil.
This is not a lot of oil, it's just a really small stream. You won't see any of it. And a little bit. I only get on the outside of this side. Okay. Bye, Art. Okay. I guess I'm gonna just like punch this with a fork to take it out because that's a really hot pan and I don't feel like burning myself today. Oh crap. Hold on. Hold the phone. I do need this. Oh, come on. I can't get down here. I'm gonna burn myself on this pot, guys. Let's do it. You have so much to clean. I'm so sorry. Oh, wrong way. Dang it. Okay. This is really hot. I need to let this sit. So I think the last sandwich we're gonna make is not gonna use this bread because we don't really have the time. I guess I could do, it's 5:06. I guess I could do the French onion soup with the leek and mushroom cheese.
Do it.
Okay, so we'll do that and let this rest for like 7 minutes or so, and then I'll cut into this and we'll see how it did. It feels much better than it did when I first checked it, so we'll see. Okay, and again, guys, we're gonna go ahead and use our rye bread. Let's get some butter. I'm using so much butter today.
E3? No, Judy, I didn't see that. I'll check Twitter. Anthem was popping yesterday. $5K viewers on Twitch for dev stream. Bread literally looks like an artichoke.
Okay. What?
The bread looks like an artichoke.
Okay. I feel like I should have been making like 2 at once. This is like super slow going, guys.
Back to 189 viewers in Anthem.
Oh man. That's awful. That's so, God, that makes me sad.
Lep has almost as many viewers as the whole Anthem.
Seriously? Jeez.
How's Division streams faring? I think overall on Twitch they're pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Division's
sorry, I
a
gotta
great
get
game.
close to you.
Anthem? There's a name I've not heard in a long time. Long time, along with Zercake.
What? No coughing. Are you coughing? Who's coughing? I'm not coughing, you're coughing. Oh, baby, don't get sick. You're not allowed.
Only one parent can be sick at a time, or else the whole house falls apart.
I'm streaming and sick at the same time. I'm just gonna point that out. What are you doing? You're so weird. Kind of rye, is that, it's just regular, it's just rye with caraway in it. I just get it from Publix. Get me some toast. Toasty toast. I think I've got enough onions. I knew I wasn't gonna make lots of sandwiches, so I only caramelized up one onion instead of multiple. But I should have enough for one more sandwich. So this next one is going to have mushroom and leek jack cheese in it. It's super fragrant, and it's really, really like a strong mushroom and onion flavor. So I'm thinking it's gonna add a lot to these caramelized onions, and I'm very excited about it. And I'm also sorry that I keep sniffling. You guys are probably listening to all of that. I think that this is, it's still too hot, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut it so that it's kind of ready. Get. Do. Maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait, this is ready. Okay. I'm getting some good color on this one, but not this one. I'm gonna hold this one down. I think it's popping up.
Like there's a hot part of our stovetop.
It's the pan, it's not really the stovetop.
Really? You think it's the pan?
Yeah.
Like it's just inconsistent? I always thought it was the stovetop. Because I always end up...
It's always like right here, which is kind of weird. So it's like here
'cause I always
instead
end
of
up-
here.
Yeah, this side is always hotter, but
Yeah.
that's the stovetop.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because I always end up, like when I make eggs, and I do it on 4.5, and I top it with
Right.
a pan lid, I end up spinning the
Right.
pan halfway, 180
Right.
degrees, to
Okay.
make it cook more evenly. So that has to be the stovetop, right?
Like maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why it does it. Okay. Oop. Let's add the last of the onions in here. Look at that.
No, I don't think Harrison is an alt. I think he's legit.
Okay. Last of the caramelized onions. Is this crisping up yet at all? And then some cheese on top of that. This is gonna be a lot meltier. I'm really excited about this one too, because it's gonna be meltier than the Gruyere. This jack cheese is gonna be nice. Okay, not super crispy, but it's the inside, so that's fine. Okay, guys. The one side of the sandwich is smaller than the other. Okay, so we're gonna let that cook. And then I'm going to give this a nice cut and see what we actually did inside of this bread. Ah, it's cooked. Hey, what do you know? Cooked all the way.
I swear you've been making this sandwich for 2 hours.
I know. Look how dense that is. There's like no air in this at all.
Azzy, so far we've had three grilled cheese sandwiches. This is homemade bread that she just made. This is our 4th sandwich that we're eating, but yeah, I agree. It's taking a long time.
Yep, this bread is not. The inside of it's not cooked. That is still dough. It was really dense. That's okay. The outside is cooked. Maybe I'll use the outside for it.
So what do we
This
do with the
piece is
inside?
cooked.
Just rebake it?
No. I could just eat it. There's no egg in it. It's just gonna be a little wet, that's all. Yummy. Little bit more. Just about done on that side. And then we'll flip that and get the other side going. I'm gonna spin it around and get some cuts from this side. Did you eat part of this one? That was gonna be part of a sandwich. You totally did, didn't you? Thanks, babe.
No.
You're so great.
I thought you ate it too. I don't know.
Not that piece. It's okay.
Bazzy, don't you dare waste your money on a sub. Clutch says, what time do I show up for dinner? I have a bottle of wine and some beers.
For a bottle of wine and beer anytime you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our homemade bread, which is super dense. My yeast did not do anything. I'm pretty sure that it died a long time ago, so it didn't bloom. But it still tastes good, and I'm going to go ahead and make a Caprese little tiny sandwich with this.
Wet bread is a decent band name.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
You need a new plate?
Oh my God, that looks so good.
Do you
Do I need a plate? I think so.
put that bread on this
Here, just do this. I have this one.
for the bread?
Yeah.
Not everything is for you, Lep.
My
Shut your mouth.
destroyed bread. Okay. Still tastes good.
What was that?
I don't know.
Luke.
Maybe. I can't believe he's being so good.
You done? No?
Okay, so I can tell there's garlic in that. Can you feel that garlic at all in your mouth? It's like burning my tongue.
If I'd said yes, I'd be lying to you.
So like that, and that was just crushed garlic in with the butter and everything like that. Like it's not even like pieces of garlic. I don't know why that's a thing. I feel like when I cook with garlic at home, it's so much stronger than like if there's garlic in something out at a restaurant, because most of the time there is. People put garlic in everything, and like I'll order something, especially like at a Chinese restaurant. There's like little pieces of garlic in everything, every stir fry, every like chicken recipe, beef recipe, whatever you're getting, there's garlic in it, but it doesn't seem to bother me the same way it does when I cook with garlic at home. And I don't know if it's like maybe they're using like the jarred the jarred like pre-minced garlic.
Sure.
That's in like liquid, and it's
The
just like
jarred?
not. I don't know why it's different, but it's like it's really different for me to have garlic at home and cook with garlic than it is for me to use it. There you go. So that's the next one. And then I'm gonna start buttering the bread.
I get a sandwich.
Oh, I thought you can go. It's okay. You wanna do okay. Okay. So this is the second version of the French onion. Am I getting in close with this one too? Let everybody hear everything. You guys ready? Everybody ready? Am I going? Okay, ready? Okay. Cool. Knife on a plate. Okay. Oh, that's nice. I like that better than the Gruyere.
What's the flavor?
So that cheese is really strong by itself with the leek and the morel, the mushrooms. But with the caramelized onions and the rye bread, it's actually a really nice balance. And I don't feel like it's like for whatever reason, I don't feel like any of the flavors are just like losing themselves in the other ones now. Like it's really nice. Holy cow. I really like this cheese. This is really nice.
Yeah, let's go.
Heavy C is really up to you. I like butter. I'm just gonna always use butter. But mayo will also give it a really nice crisp. And because mayo is flavored, it's gonna actually give your sandwich, your bread, a little more flavor. It'll make it like a little, like slightly tangy. So it's really up to you as to what you want. It'll crisp the same way that butter does, and it just has a little bit of additional flavor. So if you want to use mayo, go ahead and use mayo. I typically use butter though. But it's just a preference. Okay, we're gonna make our last sandwich. I'm gonna butter the bread that I made, the sad bread that I made. And then we're going to add on some heirloom tomatoes, some mozzarella, and then some basil. So let's get this toasting. Oh, I'm gonna turn it up. Okay. And I'm gonna keep eating while this toasts. I know, the worst part of cooking is cleaning. Good thing my husband does all of the cleaning. We worked that out a long time ago, where I was like, listen, I hate cleaning, but I love cooking. If you want to eat super delicious foods. And he was like, okay, I'm good with that. So that's basically what we do. I help because I feel guilty, but he would do everything if I let him. Franco the Sweeper, same. If I lived by myself and there was nobody around, I would eat cereal and grilled cheese sandwiches with American cheese all the time. I would never make anything, and I would just live off of like grazing and eating things that you didn't even have to heat up or cook. But because I have a husband and kids, I cook. But it's really the only reason. Right? It's better than with the Gruyere.
Why is it better?
There's more flavor in it because of the mushroom and the leek. It's good. And the cheese is much creamier.
Helen, wanna see the pig and blueberries, Mama?
Sure, buddy.
See?
Come on over here. Come here. Are you picking blueberries in that picture?
Yeah.
That's an old picture. You want the opposite deal with your wife? Hey.
Were we in airplane?
Okay.
We on the airplane?
It's getting crispy. We're not quite there.
We on the airplane?
That's really good.
Have I tried?
We on the airplane?
I don't know what that is. No, I've not
We
tried
on
that.
the airplane.
I don't even know how to pronounce
See
that.
Airplane, Daddy?
Wednesday Dido.
Let's see the airplane, Daddy.
Wendlesdale?
Let's see the airplane, Daddy.
I
Yep.
remember that. That's on our way to
Behold, Lord Redbeard, enjoy such a grilled cheese as this.
Yes.
Yep.
I think that was on the way to Miami.
Okay, so we've got a nice crisp on the inside of this now.
Now we're just in it.
I don't know if you guys can see a little bit of that browning there. I'm gonna go ahead and add I did want to add a little bit of Parmesan too, but we're just not going to get there. I'm going to put some of this mozzarella. Just put little slices all over the place. I did not have fresh. This is fresh mozzarella, but it's not like the same as like the stuff that you can get that's in liquid. This is
Franco
kind
says bad spelling. It's actually Wensleydale.
Okay, cool.
You know what that is?
Nope, never had it.
Mercy says, damn, Mrs. Leopard is a babe.
Thank you. I'm gonna put some tomato on. A little bit of basil. Don't know why I'm doing it this way because they're gonna have to get flipped together, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah, just double.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing open-faced grilled cheese sandwiches now. And then I actually have some basil and balsamic mixed. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on here. And it is going to melt out and it's going to start sizzling on my pan, but you know what? I kinda don't care. I kinda want it to get soaked up in that bread a little bit. Okay, let me try to flip this now that I made these like this. Let me try to flip this appropriately. Okay. This is not gonna stick together. And this mozzarella is totally not gonna melt the right way. But I figured the bread was already warm from the oven and I'm putting it on now. It's much denser than I wanted it to be, so I'm hoping that the heat will make it through by the time it really crisps up, but I'm not sure if we're gonna do that. I think it's just gonna be a delicious caprese, like fresh caprese sandwich and not a grilled cheese.
Yummy food.
Oh, is that the one with cranberries? I've heard of that cheese. I've wanted to try that cheese. I probably can't find that cheese anywhere where I live, but I would definitely try it if I found it. Your first caprese recently from Panera. You know what? If I go to Panera, I usually get their caprese and their French onion soup, and I just dip away at that. So we don't go very often, but when I do, Left will clean everything.
Spicy ramen. Whoa, that was really yummy. That was so yummy.
Hey, come here, Daddy.
Hold on.
It's kind of backwards. Wondering if I should have. It's okay.
Lep will clean everything.
You will.
Hey, I want to see something. I need to show you something, Daddy. I need to show you
It's
something.
okay there, because I can clean the kitchen while Kari's watching both the kids. Oh, wait.
What? I'm supposed to be leaving right now to go, and I still have work I have to do.
Hey, let's
Chat. Stream is ending very soon.
Yes.
see that.
This is the last of the sandwiches, guys.
But Nas just got here.
Aw. Hey. How are you? We got one more sandwich left, so you get to at least watch one.
Don't worry, it's going to YouTube.
That's true.
My very cool and very popular YouTube channel, youtube.com/leopardstealth.
How many vodka cranberries has Left had?
Want to see something?
3? You had 3 of them? I thought he had 2. I missed an entire drink. What, baby?
What's up, buddy?
Luke?
Luke, what's up?
What's up, kiddo?
I want to see something. I need to show you something.
What do you need to see, bud? What do you need to show us?
I need to show you.
Pop and cake?
The Baka Sensei has followed. Thank you. Welcome. I hope you are enjoying. We're almost done with our stream. Just for a recap, we made 5 types of grilled cheeses, but really it was just 5 different sandwiches, but one of those had the same filling. So we did a honey wheat bread with goat cheese, a roasted beet and strawberry puree, with arugula and some sliced nectarines. And then we did a caramelized onion with Gruyere and a caramelized onion with a mushroom and leek jack cheese. And then we did a spinach and artichoke with Gouda. And now I am doing it's kind of like a garlic, herby, rustic loaf with mozzarella, tomato, basil, and a little bit of balsamic. So we're kind of making like a Caprese grilled cheese right now. Yes. It is still a grilled cheese if there's more cheese in the sandwich. That is A-okay. You need some chefs want to work for you professionally. No thank you, but thank you. I enjoy this as a hobby. I don't know if it would change. I don't know if that would change if I started doing it as a job. I'm really not sure. And I'm not professionally trained. I'm just a home cook. So whatever you guys are deciding to do in a professional kitchen, I probably couldn't keep up with you guys. Yes, this is the USA. Are you in a different country? Because then I definitely can't work wherever it is that you are.
We don't make mistakes.
Okay, are we ready?
Happy accident.
Tomfoolery with the 23 months of subs. That's a lot of mistakes, man. You're in Canada? How just in Canada? Where do you work? Okay, I don't know how. It may crunch. It may crunch on the way down.
Homemade bread,
Let's
baby.
see. Yep.
Homemade bread.
Okay, are we ready? Okay, guys. Nope, not as much of a crunch. That's okay. That still looks delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nice big bite out of this. Yeah, that was nice. Come take a bite. You're in BC? Okay. Wait, I missed the name of where it is though. You work in BC, fine dining restaurant. We're gonna be in Seattle in September, and I was contemplating making the drive up into BC, depending on how far north I have to go from Seattle. I have some friends of mine that are actually moving to BC right now. They're traveling cross country. They're in Ontario and they're traveling cross country right now. They've already moved most of their stuff. They're just kind of like taking their car and the last of the stuff from their house. And so we were going to see if we could visit in September. So that actually might be doable. Oh, golden. Cool. Nice. Oh man. Where in Ontario? He's from the Niagara, Niagara Falls. I was just in Toronto for a conference, and we kind of like met up and hung out. Cool. Golden, BC, Seattle. Golden, BC is close to Seattle. Did you put the name of your restaurant? Describe the joy. Oh, you can make this happen. Go ahead.
It's good.
That's the flavor.
That's as deep as my palate goes. Cheesy. The melt is, like the texture of the cheese is really smooth.
Right.
The bread is definitely dense. I feel the herbs, lots of herbs.
Okay. Yes, there's lots of basil in there.
Yeah.
I actually tasted more basil than anything else. I really, I feel like this probably would have been better, I say this, with like a tomato jam instead of just fresh tomato. Or even if I would have just put some tomato paste on it along with the fresh tomato for texture, tomato paste for a little bit more of that tomato punch. The basil is completely taking over the flavor of the sandwich. It is really nice, but again, it's just not, that's some nice cheese. I know, I love that picture. It's like the worst picture ever. It's my favorite one. It's a really nice sandwich, but again, I'm missing just a little bit more flavor from this than I wanted to have. So, I think my favorite one was the goat cheese one. Second favorite
French onion.
was the French onion with the mushroom and the leek cheese. Then the spinach artichoke dip. And then this one, and then the French onion with just the regular Gruyere. That just did not do it for me. You're right, I wasn't impressed with the tomato originally. I was hoping, because I found an heirloom tomato, that it would have a little bit more flavor, but knowing that I got it from a grocery store and not from a market or my backyard, I knew that the flavor just wasn't gonna be there. Eating tomato, like honestly, I'll say how do I even say this? The quickest way to make a dish better when you're using tomatoes is to freaking grow them yourself. It's not often where that's like really the case, where like the flavor is just like such a huge difference from something you can buy in the supermarket to something that you're growing in your backyard. But when it comes to tomatoes, like getting them, like growing them outside, and they're really easy to grow. Growing them outside is like, the flavor is just so much better. Just taking it right off the vine and eating it. My daughter will like literally, she'll pick them off. She'll pick them off when they're not ripe. They're like half green, half red, and like this weird brown color. And she'll like pull them off and start eating them. And I'm like, no, it's not done yet. But even those, when they're not even fully ripe, taste better than this ever will. So please grow your own, please grow your own tomatoes. That's my PSA. I don't know if Luke will try something. If he looks at something and it doesn't look like what he's used to, he typically doesn't go. What? Okay. Cool. Okay, guys, I think that's the end. I know I've got a lot to clean up here. I've got a bunch of stuff that I still need to finish before I can leave to go to happy hour with my coworkers, and I was supposed to be there at 6, so I've got about less than 30 minutes, 23 minutes to get there. And so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us while we made all of these fantastic grilled cheese sandwiches. I am going to continue perfecting these. And it was really fun to just kind of experiment and mess around in my kitchen with no real recipes. Sometimes it's really nice to do that. I know the first couple of things that I did with you guys, I had recipes for. But a sandwich is a sandwich, and it's really fun sometimes to just kind of take whatever ingredients you have in your head, mix them together and see what sticks. So thank you very much for coming out, and we will see you guys later. Wave. Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming. Keep waving. I'm going to keep waving in a really